Daniel is slowly becoming the...
Hello, everybody. Good morning. I like that slow fade in from the beach. Live from Clearwater Beach, Florida. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Well, good to see you guys. Welcome. Let me give some hellos to everybody. Who is in here first? Big Doug is in here first. Shred Bear, Riki, Neo Del Rio, Keyed Up BDM, Ghost of Minute Bull. Can you see up there, Tom? Is it up there? Okay, great. Tracy Claus. What up, Tracy? Tracy was asking if we're doing ACT now and then the Friday Free Show. That is affirmative.
Do they edit screen names in that chat?
What do you mean?
Like Marvel Rivals right now, there's no sort of like AI controlling what your screen name is, and there's some just wild shit up on the screen.
Oh, so you can be. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We don't censor anything, but I believe Twitch does.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's industry standard now.
Yeah.
Like Marvel Rivals has no system for it, and so you'll just see straight up.
Some of our, the
N-word.
Oh, dude, but some of them go too far the other way.
You think like a company as big as that would
graphic sex stuff, like all
I
kinds
I
of
was trying to do on, I forget what game it was. I was trying to do Tom in Dan, and just because the letter was alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like they won't even allow you to. You can't even do like N word.
Yeah.
Because they know they're like you can't even just say like what's up my N word. Like they're like no, we know what that means now.
Well, I'm sure that's a software, but I wonder why they wouldn't incorporate it with that game. Because like it's a kids game and they have the software available. Like you would just have to write it in the game.
Like
and some of the characters I've noticed when you win do
It's
this
big...
grab your heart and then throw it to everybody. A salute. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, do you do the grab your heart and throw it salute? I've started doing that. I just downloaded a couple of new skins.
Also, Todd, can I talk?
Yeah, you can talk, but just everybody will hear you. But you're allowed to say whatever you want, unless you need me to turn everything off.
I have a special message I don't want to forget to say on there from
Okay, cool.
Do you want me to jump in? No?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, you are more than welcome to. Whenever you're ready.
I want to talk about working out.
Ooh. Yeah, Tom's got the bug. He's going to talk to the doctor about it. He's coming to the doctor.
Not rated, whatever.
Yeah. You just let it fly.
God, thank God.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, except for the N-word. That's the only one.
Well, you could say it.
Yeah, that's true. You can say we'd
not going. Beep it out.
Yeah, we'll beep it out.
But it would go out live.
Yeah, we'll
say
go.
The F word.
You can say the F word.
Yeah.
You can say.
You guys can't say it unless you.
No, we can't say it.
Can I say? Come in here?
Can I say it if I? Hold on. She said I could say it if you blow me, I can say it.
What?
The F word.
You can say the F word.
If you blow me.
Who, to me?
Yeah, because then I'd be gay. I think that's what she was saying.
The F word for gays.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I leave my laundry here. I leave my laundry in piles all around the studio. No, that's our pile of sweatshirts because it does get cold in here. So we have like auxiliary sweatshirts everywhere.
Do I have to wear this?
Oh, I like your boots, man.
Thank you.
Are those old school Timberlands?
No, they're actually like really cheap Amazon.
Well, they look cool. Hold on. Scoot back just a touch if you don't mind. I'm trying to line up your camera.
Which way?
Go that direction. Can you see yourself right there? Yep. There you go. Perfect. And then I can size you up. Thank you, ma'am.
Of course.
Gotcha.
Tilt my camera a little bit. Sorry.
All right. So many cameras. This is not what I signed up for, Ross. Camera stuff. Back when Ross first started listening, I guess when we knew each other first, I was an audio man. All right, Tom.
Do you want some stickies? You want to go?
I have one special message that I put in my text.
Okay. I think we are good, sir.
All right.
And where is this going?
Todd is
You put them on day 3.
Okay. Perfect.
He wanted to see.
And I'll make sure to mark it.
He came to
I
the show
got my
last night.
paper ready to go.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just.
Is it Deland Millionaire?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh. He goes hard.
Okay.
He would not take his shirt off, though. Didn't want to wash his party patch off. I don't blame him. Got to have that party patch. Mr. Van, would you like to start?
Yeah.
Anna, can you hear us okay? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Can you hear yourself okay?
Yeah, I just took one of the ears off.
Okay, perfect. If you want less, your number 3, there's a little amp behind you. You
Thank
can turn it down. All right, Mr. Van, why don't you begin? And
Sure.
3, 2. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry. Now, and 3.
With us in studio to talk about a show coming up at the West End, February 27th.
Yes.
Called Comedians in Drag Doing Comedy. We talked about this last year.
Yeah.
And
Was it last year or was it 2 years ago?
I thought
2 years ago.
Was
yeah.
it 2 years
yeah,
ago?
Yeah. I want to say it was like 2 years ago.
Oh my God!
Yeah. No,
I would have bet money it was last year.
I know, and normally I'm not the memory guy. Like normally I mess everything up. But yeah, I felt like it had been like I think we missed one.
What is that? Anna Lepoli and Ross McCoy's here. How you doing, Anna?
I'm so excited to be here.
It's
I
very.
can't get this headphones
Oh,
on.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I have floppy ears.
No,
Are
you're
they loose?
It's
Yeah,
okay.
it's okay.
She's part rabbit.
Yeah. My wife.
You do have a. Well, you're very fit, so your head is
You have a tiny
thin.
head. Yeah, we're used to have a big fat head.
Yeah. A lot of our guests have
My
big,
head's thick.
fat heads.
Yeah.
Right.
I have the job of Pitbull, though. I look at Pitbulls and I go, shit, I see a resemblance. It's just like.
So let's talk about comedians.
What is happening right now first? Is this an ACT? Is this a Friday free show? I don't even know what we're doing right now. Tom just jumped into it like it was.
It's
like,
uncensored. Yeah, we're rolling.
Okay. But where's it going to go? I don't
no,
even know.
No one knows. No one knows. where it's
Okay.
gonna go.
All right. I like it.
Yeah.
Freestyle.
We're leaving it
Yeah.
open.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we're trying something new, Ross.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Maybe we should have told Ross though before we tried it, right? You know what I mean? Like we didn't even. This is how bad we are at
just
podcasting and radio. Like I've been doing radio like over 30 years now. You've been doing radio close to 25 or over 25 now, and neither of us told Ross.
Radio.
But neither of us told Ross what we were doing. So you know,
I only
and
care.
you went into promo, didn't you? And you were going to save the show, and
No,
I appreciate that.
I only care because you guys told Anna it's an uncensored show, so we can talk about like twats or whatever on this show if we want to.
yeah.
Exactly
And you,
what
but you gave it like an
came
ACT
here for.
kickstart, and I wanted to
Yeah.
make sure
We
weren't gonna.
we went full
Thanks
twat.
for bringing it up because it is uncensored. But what we do is that we run it uncensored. It gets out there, and then the thing is, I need some censored content for next week. So then I'm gonna run it again, but then put beeps in. But not me.
this
They
guy.
don't put the beeps in.
Yeah.
But then
They call me Beepy.
So it's the same thing. It's uncensored, but we just beep out any curse words.
Okay.
Or you can say whatever we want. We did some show with Busey, and I didn't
Oh
think
my
we could
God.
air it. We just put it
Yeah.
out there.
Oh my
It doesn't
God,
have-
that guy.
Censorship doesn't matter anymore. Do you understand it? Like you just put it out there. No one
Yeah,
cares.
and then you just say it's art.
Yeah.
It's like this is my art.
But then we start breaking it up. Someone will care. I'll get some email. Anyway.
The last time I did an interview with them, it was censored, and I can talk about some things censored, but
Right.
to talk about comedians and drag doing comedy in a censored fashion is incredibly difficult. So I was like, well, genitals come out sometimes
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
show.
Well, let's talk about it.
I liked it. Like, well, let's say what really
genitals
happens.
come
a
out.
big black dick falls out.
Yeah, it's hard to
That's what
describe.
happens.
It's hard to describe the onstage glory hole competition on like ACT. You know,
Yeah.
Is there an onstage glory hole?
there was.
There used to be, but not anymore. But we can't say what the finalists have to do. It's a surprise now. But the show has evolved, and I'm so proud of it. But I'm only doing it 4 times a year now. I used to do it 20 times a year, plus 150 plus nights of regular comedy, because I'm just a regular comedian.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing it 4 times a year in the cities that I want to do it in, where it's successful. This will be my first time doing it at West End Trading Co. So it'll be. I'm very excited for that in Sanford, but I have it only in 4 select cities per year.
The West End Trading Company is the best place to suck a dick through a glory hole.
That doesn't happen. Come on, let's talk about what really happened.
That's a that is guaranteed.
No, I know for a fact. Paul personally puts fresh duct tape on the glory holes at
Yeah.
the West End
Yeah, yeah,
every
there's-
morning.
there's
What the
no-
fuck is happening
There's
right
no
now?
floppy poster board in the West End
No.
Trading Company. When they duct tape that hole, and when you stick your little tuna can in there,
And by the way, it's clearly labeled which is the suck and which is the stick side. A lot
Exactly.
of places
This
it's
guy
not.
knows.
A lot of places it's not clearly labeled. And
Thank
there's
you,
confusion
Paul.
sometimes.
Thank you. He's newly
You get-
married.
You
Thank
get
you,
two
Paul.
people
All right, well, that's
kissing
not-
through the hole. It's confusing.
yeah, it's true. The signage, the
I'd get down there and look at what I look.
no,
no one ever looked.
That's how you get
No,
pink
you're
eye.
not supposed to look.
I would be far
rule number
away.
1 of Fight Club, dude. You never look in the glory hole.
No, well, I'd see it. We're like, who's in there?
No,
What's in there?
You're not. You're
Like,
you're
I just
not.
want to see.
You don't know how to do it.
Tom's got his cell phone flashlight. And he's
Yeah.
looking through the glory
Well,
hole.
what if you look through there and you see a couple of my stray mustache hairs poking through?
Well, I'd be like, hey, get out of there.
And you know what I say? And to put you at ease, you know what I say? It's not me. I'm just cleaning. And then she'll be here in a second. But then I pull my mustache back and then I go to town. Because you'd never know.
So many people are going to come to the show now, but they're all going to be in the men's bathroom
Yeah,
for the glory hole.
Yeah.
Have you seen the men's bathroom at West
Yeah,
End?
they won't be in there. The lock, I kid you not, the lock
Yeah,
on the
that's
men's
fine. That
bathroom
is better
is
now.
it's a giant piece of metal that an iron worker he cut it out, and then you take it and you have to pull it down. Like you have to go, it's like Hodor.
I'm sorry, Anna.
You know what I'm talking about.
He said, I'm sorry.
Well, tell me what's happening. What is going? Because when I hear comedians in drag doing comedy, I
You
imagine.
think of glory holes.
No. I just,
Which is reasonable.
it's all
not-
just comedians in drag. It's in the name, doing comedy.
So you're saying that there's nothing to explain
Yeah.
because it's in the name.
Yeah. It's like
But
explaining.
you're smart, though. Some people don't understand that. Some people hear the show and they go, oh, you have drag queens, or oh, it's this. I go, best way to describe my show is 1980s WrestleMania drama meets a Miss Universe pageant in a 100% comedy show starring just comedians.
All right. Well, you described it way more confusing than I.
No, I like confusing. I like that. Hold on.
Now I'm confused
Andre the
again.
Giant.
I understood
Yes.
This is Andre the Giant.
Yes.
This is Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
This
this
is
is
Bobby
wrestling?
the Brain.
In bikinis.
This is Bobby the
bikinis?
Brain leaving. This is Bobby the Brain leaving in the scissor lift with Andre the Giant, waving goodbye after they pass the torch to Hulk. That's what this is, brother.
Well, okay.
I even put a brother
Well,
on there for
So
the wrestler.
me, Marcus Crespo, dressed like ladies.
Yeah.
Anna brings us out, interviews us like pageant style. You know, like how would
no,
you end world
wait,
hunger?
the
You know,
form-
that kind of stuff.
The
okay.
format is this. The reason why I say it's like 1980s WrestleMania drama is because I grew up watching wrestling in the 80s and 90s, and it's a contest. So somebody wins, and these guys, when you dress, especially straight men in drag, they get very competitive as women. And
You want it to be for a
they're
reason.
menstruating. It's wild.
Let me
So-
tell you about floppy glory holes.
So
They're menstruating.
yeah, these guys.
Yeah. They start. You dress a man in drag, they start menstruating, man.
So here's the format. I host the show. I only do like 5-7 minutes. I'm the producer, the host, so it's not about me. And then
Yeah, except for she kills every time. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I hate doing 5 to 7 minutes. I mean, I tour as a headliner and a feature, but this show, I don't mind doing 5 to 7 because it really is all about the stars of the show, which are the comedians that I book. And I open up with a little set, and then these guys come out and they each do 8 to 10 minutes.
All right.
Just comedy, usually in their persona. Ross is Rosie LaRue, so she'll be wild and high energy.
Yeah, large labia.
Marcus Crespo won Sanford a couple years ago, the last time I did it there.
Yeah.
And Marcus Crespo wins almost every city that I do. But he usually is Areola Grande.
All right.
Ooh, I like that.
But
It's a great
he's
name.
going to be Ronald McDonald with tits. For
No,
this
Okay.
one.
All right.
Sponsored by
Yeah,
McDonald's.
This is confusing people again.
Yeah. Is that considered drag?
By the way, we do have a phone call. I'd like to. Both of your sons are on the line. Let's go pull up the line here. Your dad's at work. Say hi, boys.
So, all right.
And then we have Jess Torres, Orlando female comic. She's going to be a dude. Her drag name is Daddy Yank Me.
All right.
All
Okay.
right.
All right.
And I've got
Her name should be Weird Al Yank Me Off.
That's a good
Weird
name.
Al Yank Me Off. Right? That's a
That's
good.
good though. That's
Yeah,
a good drag
that's a
name.
good drag name.
That's the type of thing that I look for
And
in
a
the drag shows.
big, what do you call like Cabbage Patch Kid penis.
I had a girl do that in Rochester, New
Yeah,
York.
you got to use like
such a talented comedian.
use
I
a
wish I could remember her
stocking
name.
so it looks like a real penis. You do the Cabbage
okay,
Patch
all
Kid.
right.
And then I've got Patrick Sisk, who also known as Tasha Salad. And Patrick
that's a good
Sisk
name,
has
too.
won. Which cities did Patrick Sisk? Patrick Sisk is currently the queen of Winter Haven and St. Augustine Beach. Marcus Crespo is currently the queen of Sanford, Yulee, Florida. Yes,
Queen
I did
of
do
Winter
the show in
Haven.
Yulee,
Isn't
Florida.
somebody moving there? No. Inside
Someone
joke.
moving to Winter?
So, somebody will laugh at that and be like, Daniel, you're really funny.
Let's talk about tossing salad for a second.
I've never done it.
Why
I've
is
never
it
done it.
named that?
I've never done it. I've never done
It's
it one
a
time.
weird name
Right.
for it. It doesn't even make any sense.
I have
I
never.
blame the Russians.
I've never done that. And I had a.
Where did it even come? That particular phrase for that act.
If I had to guess.
Why is it named that?
If I had to guess, it's because there is an element of acidity that back there you're going to have. And most salads have a vinaigrette, and I'm just connecting the
What assholes are you eating that are so acidic?
Well, man,
Are
like,
they not
but
clean?
most assholes are not like, I'm not talking baby powder fresh. Everybody in this room's asshole is not baby powder fresh right now.
No,
Guaranteed.
no,
Guaranteed.
no,
I'll
mine's-
bet my life on it. I'll bet my
mine's-
daughter's life on it.
Yeah. Mine stings like doo-doo no matter what.
Yeah,
It's
mine's
always.
forever yellow.
Right, yeah. No, I thought everybody's did.
I think maybe dudes' assholes say pretty
Yeah.
good. I don't know. I mean,
No, mine's,
Yeah,
you know that nobody wants mine.
So when you toss a salad, you're
Like
putting
this.
2 forks
Tong.
in.
No. One's a
tongs.
spoon. One is a spoon
Yeah.
and one
Okay.
is a fork.
Yeah. So
It's not 2 forks.
No.
If you have 2 forks,
And
you got a
full.
mismatch.
And,
Yeah.
and you're sticking the bottom. You're tossing the salad up to mix everything together,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah,
has
yeah.
to do with.
So your tongue is
You're
mixing
just
the.
licking your butthole. You should be called eating an ice cream, right? The more accurate description of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's
It
just
should
like,
be called
hey,
using your
but-
iPad with your tongue.
Hey, would you eat my ice cream? But that's a more
Hold on, let me write down eat my
accurate
ice cream.
description.
Yeah, but when you get your mindset on ice cream and then you start looking butthole, it's
Yeah.
your head's in the
Yeah.
wrong
It's not
spot.
even close to a
I
salad.
am with the salad thing.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
salad
yeah.
thing is weird.
It's like you should call it smoking roots. That's cool. That weird taste. Oh, I'm sorry.
these guys need a lesbian
Yeah.
to teach
I
them.
mean,
how
if
to
you
fuck.
Do
want-
all lesbians eat butt? Is that a thing?
I don't think all lesbians do everything, but I'm sure a lot do. I sell merch at my shows. I sell decorative pillows, which I was looking
I
at your
saw
decorative
that.
pillows. Yeah, I sell
Yeah.
decorative pillows that's mocking women's home decor. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of be bold, dream, be you, I have pillows that say be bold, be you, bend over, bitch. And then I have, instead of the beach is my happy place, the same papyrus font, I have your butthole is my happy
I
place.
saw that one.
And I sell those at the shows in white and black. And they're a
I'm
hit.
sure.
People
The
love them.
butthole pillow. I'm getting you one for Christmas. He got me pillows this year for my birthday. He got me the Coop cooling pillows.
you-
Those things
That's
are
very gay.
freaking
He bought you
fantastic.
pillows.
Oh yeah,
That's
we're
very-
almost there.
You're
you
talking
know?
about a lot of
The only thing we don't do is have sex. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, we
basically.
stare into each other's eyes
sure.
for 9
I
hours
love
a day.
that.
It's a lot of pillows to bring to
Yeah.
every show, right?
Yes, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I had a very lovely man who I call my friend now. He feels like family to me. His name is Todd. I heard you guys have been talking about him on the shows. DeLand. He wanted me to pass a message that he is not a big boot billionaire. He's actually poor, and you wanted me to say that.
Oh.
But I fucking love Todd.
This guy, he's just throwing money everywhere. Is just suddenly poor.
Why would he
I
send that
fucking
message with
love
you?
Todd.
He's sending an obvious lie.
Obviously, he
No.
paid you to send that message, right? That's what rich people do. He's like, here's $500. Tell him I'm poor.
Todd, you could have picked any message.
He was actually wearing very nice shoes last night. I'm the one wearing boots, so
I mean, Todd, you could have just emailed me and said, here's $500. I'm poor. And I'd be like, thank you very much. I'll say that now. I will gladly say you're poor for $500.
he's on welfare. He wanted me to tell you that.
He's not. I know the guy. I know the guy.
I fucking love that guy.
My wife
You
grew
love
up
him
with
because he
that
gives you
guy.
money. He's just like us. That's how it
Why do you think I
works.
say I love the listeners? They give us money.
No, but I love him. He was my. So I normally perform for straight people. 99% of my shows, it's all straight people. My biggest fan base are older straight people, typically conservative, but I don't know all their politics.
Hold on.
No.
That can't be true. Older
100%,
straight
yeah.
conservatives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you met an older straight conservative?
They're
I
on my
have
shows.
a lot of them around, and I just weird that that's our biggest fan.
Now, I'm not throwing Todd in that category because he's young, but I'm saying what I'm trying to say is like most of my audience are straight. So Todd and another couple were my honorary straight people at my show last night. I don't know what they're.
Todd got in the glory hole?
Yeah,
that's some Delaney
what I
shit
love about
right there,
Todd.
He's poor and he
that-
likes glory holes. We're gonna put that out there.
Glory hole.
I was like, I was like, we have any lesbians in here? And Todd, some straight guys would be like, I'm a lesbian, but Todd didn't do that. Todd just clapped, and it was the most adorable thing. I don't know. I love him. I think he's so fucking great.
If an alien came down and you asked them to toss your salad, he would.
What is this?
He would look up what salad tossing is on the internet.
What
and he'd
is
be like,
salad
Talk
tossing?
about
Do you want-
tossing
do you want-
salad.
Which tongue do I put in your butt
You want me to
first?
take my fingers and stick them in your butthole and pull them out?
No, you gotta
in a tossing
You
like
cup one hand and you Poseidon fork your fingers, and you.
Yeah, because that's what you would think.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, that's a weird
And
thing
you know
for you
what?
to want me
And
to do.
You know that's called the Olive Garden.
I'm sorry.
That's called the Olive
These
Garden.
guys do
Sorry,
not
Emma.
watch porn, and I love that.
No,
So
we watch
anyways,
a lot of porn.
I've seen
And
it all.
you know what I'm stuck
I've
on?
seen
I
it
don't
all,
watch porn.
Anna.
Let's talk about it. Since this is just off the rails, let's
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
go
let's
off
do
the
it.
rails.
We're not
And then do
airing
some
it.
rails.
We're just putting this out.
Yeah, this is just going straight to wax. I am addicted to massage porn, and I can't stop it.
Still? It's been years.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm an
No, it's
honest,
been
I'm an
years.
honest man,
Yeah.
Ross. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm in a place where I have to come clean here. The
Yeah.
gray raft is now, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but
Yeah.
I've been in the game for so long that it's no longer a gray raft. It's a black raft.
Yeah.
a black raft now.
Once you like something, it never ends. Like you brought Bradley Noel back from the dead. He's doing,
Oh, yeah,
pain
yeah,
pills.
yeah, yeah. He'll be dead again. He'll be dead again in 2 weeks.
He's fentanyl. Anyway, sorry, Anna.
So if people like porn, they should come to my. Anyways, no, I did a special show last night in Orlando, a gay show, and I had a couple straight people there, and that's why I had that message from Todd. But the drag show, the one thing I have to say is a lot of people go, oh, well, it's a gay show, and I'm like, well, I don't have any gay people in the audience. Usually like one or two lesbians if they decide to stop doing agricultural shit and take a break to come out. But it's a very like bro-y show, the comedians in drag doing comedy. 'Cause
Well, but
it's
like
just-
drag can be gay, but it's is it?
it's whatever. It's for
not
everybody.
exclusive
No,
to
it's
gay,
not.
right?
But people think it is. People don't know. Or like sometimes I'll have straight people that don't come to the show because they're like, oh, it's gay, and I'm like, it's not anything. It's an everybody show. And typically gays don't go to comedy shows because gay dudes are too busy fucking, and lesbians are too busy getting married.
Complaining.
Yeah.
And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but other
I don't
than
know
you, I don't think I've been on one with another gay performer.
Well, yeah, I barely. Well, there's not many gay
Yeah.
comedians.
It's
I've had Alina Siddiqui on a few, but not with
Okay.
you. I love
Sure.
her. I had her feature for me last night on the show at the Savoy.
That's cool.
But there's not that many gay comedians, so I book basically. I book based on talent. So
I just think that's interesting that because I must have been raised correctly because. Well, first of all, my dad loved dressing as a woman a lot, and
Well, that was the 90s.
yeah,
Mrs.
everybody did. But
Doubtfire,
no, but
Martin.
I always thought they were
Dennis
like
Rodman
yeah, like Dennis
stuff?
Rodman,
Yeah.
Milton Berle. Like I remember, like the comedy that I watched in my household was so fucking old. I get it.
Milton Berle.
Yeah, Milton Berle also had the biggest penis in Hollywood, dude. Like you
Uncle
start
Milty.
Googling
Yeah.
Uncle Milty, dude was supposedly the largest penis in Hollywood. Is Milton Berle, and he dressed like a woman.
Well, yeah, then
He's still thinking about tossing this out. His mind is still
How do
on
you know
salad
his dick is
toss.
so big?
It was a legendary. It's literally Hollywood royalty legendary. It's written in books.
Like a Ron
It's
Jeremy thing, except he's not a porn
like
star.
this, yeah, but this was like almost like Lyndon Johnson, like that old story about him having a big one, or his Hager slacks cutting him in his bunghole. Like that's documented like American history.
Speaking of dick size, so the second half of the show, the comedians come out in
She
bikinis.
gets the ruler.
And
In
and-
bikinis?
Yes.
Okay.
Can
And
you
so-
measure the comedian's cocks?
No, but I can't see their dicks because I'm asking them questions. As Ross was saying, it's like a Miss Universe pageant, and I ask them questions, and this is where the comedians really show their skills because they don't know what I'm going to ask them. And I ask them some wild shit. And it's funny because I can't see their dicks. I'm looking at the audience, but there's a lot of times comics will go, "Oh, did you see that guy? He's got the biggest dick." Or like Preston Canavan, who won Satellite Beach, I think 2 years in a row. Everybody goes, "Oh, his dick is crooked." Or whatever. I don't see their dicks.
Yeah, fuck you,
I'm
crooked
looking
dick.
You can
the
tell that it's
audience.
crooked in a bikini?
Well, he talks about it in his set
Yeah.
too. So
Oh,
Why do you think I laugh every time we leave to go running? I'm like, there goes old crooked dick running around the pool lake again. I'm
Tell
like,
us
yuck.
crooked until.
But some of these guys don't know how to talk. Like I've had guys that I've been doing this show for 5 years, over 40 cities, and there are guys that they just don't know. They put on a nice
That's not
dress
hard
and
to
they don't
talk.
talk. I
We
don't
did
know.
You push it between your legs, you put the head of it in your asshole.
We did it out in Brevard County like a year or two ago. I'm gonna
Satellite
say.
Beach at
Yeah.
Beachside Retro.
And guy you guys have met, Joe Sensabella,
yeah.
came out in a bikini, but he, as a man, didn't understand that a lady bikini has like two side pieces and a middle piece, and so he put the bikini on side piece bottom to his ball and taint and stuff, and then the bottom piece on the side. And so all of his stuff was falling out because the side piece was not commensurate for the job. You
Yeah, okay,
understand?
yes, yeah.
But he couldn't figure that fact out, and he like ended up just like on stage, kind of like a dog chasing its own tail, trying to follow the problem out, but just couldn't figure it out. Fucking hilarious.
And then I think I slapped his ass or something. It was it was wild. His whole thing was on sideways. And what's more wild about that is that that's Beachside Retro, which I'm going on 3 years doing my drag show there every January now. And these comedians use the clothes from the store. From the racks, because Beachside Retro sells records, vintage video games, but they also sell clothing, a lot of clothing. I love the owner, Chris. He's great, and they will take the clothing, and I think they put them back on the shelves. So I don't know, just sniff, do a sniff test on the bikinis next time.
Don't say
you're
that
there.
about their dog.
You could have a homeless man wearing some, some ball
that's bad for
clothes.
business.
Yeah.
So how far does Ross go in drag? As far as like 2 years ago,
I feel like he's a classy drag lady.
I mean,
Sam didn't show you guys pictures the time she came?
I saw you in the
vaguely
jean
remember.
shorts, right? You look
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
and
like
you had
jacked.
your long hair, so you
Oh
braided
yeah, I
it.
had the Willie Nelson braids
Yeah.
for that one, so
Oh,
that
okay,
was
I
a little
did
bit better.
remember
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that photo. Yes.
Yeah. Do you have to wear any makeup, or you can go?
I leave that up to
natural?
the artist.
I'm just in drag. I'm not gay, Tom.
Correct.
Not till the glory hole. I don't know. West.
That doesn't
West
say I don't know how to
Yeah.
do makeup.
Okay, I figured out what tossing the salad should be. It should be two dudes,
I was waiting
right,
for it.
with boners.
Okay.
Tossing a salad?
Going at the bunghole together
So two. Okay.
at
so,
the same time
so-
in a wooden form
All right.
of salad.
So me.
tossing.
So let's
some,
say
like,
I'm doing like down dog.
Yeah, yeah.
And you and Ross have
Yes.
boners, and you're tossing,
Yes,
and you're
yes,
banging your
yes.
boners against
That's-
each other in my asshole.
that should be it, right?
You
We
guys are
figured it
gayer
out.
than I am. I
We are
love
pretty
it.
gay. We're pretty
I
gay.
feel like there's probably already a name for that, but you know what we could? I like your idea. Let's call something tossing the salad. What if two guys at a glory hole both go dick in and bump in the glory hole? That's
whoa, what
there's
is that?
That's
there's
the-
no name for that. I
That's
guarantee
called the Tom
you.
and Dad. We were supposed to
That's
do
the
that.
tip touching.
We were supposed to do that.
I think
There-
it was-
originally,
that's
with
like
our show,
docking, if
at
you
our
have-
second meetup of all time, we were supposed to raise money, and we'd been given $100. We were supposed to put our boners together with just a piece of paper between them.
Yeah. It should be a poke in the fake mirror.
Yeah, it's called I Know You.
Anyway, sorry. Anna.
More
It's
importantly,
called the Spider-Man.
more
By the way-
importantly, tossing the salad is misnamed, what should the act of licking the asshole be to you, Tom, other than, as we just said before, analingus?
By the way, Anna, we could have aired this on the radio because you said nothing wrong. It was only me, Ross, and Daniel who ruined it. You were perfectly fine. Everything you said so far, we would not even have to edit one bit.
Professional comedian.
And we could have aired it, but we ruined it.
This guy,
for ourselves.
he's tossing salad with boners. Glory
That's
hole
what I get for going, don't censor it. And the worst thing I've said was crooked dick.
Yeah, we could have said that.
Yeah, that's a person's name.
She is just getting to the next part of the competition is felching. So it's
I don't even know
very-
what that is.
I don't know what that is
That's
either.
it.
But I've
It's a
used
fun Google for you guys.
I've used that as a joke before, but I think I've forgotten what felching is.
Anna, you of all people, you've never had Sareth Ney on any of your shows. He says
my
felching like
God,
6 times a set.
No, I can't. No, I think I just tune it out like a grandmother. I'm like, remember, my biggest fan base are straight people and then older straight people.
The gay members of our chat, which we have quite a few, especially Robert and his partner. They just
Hell
got
yeah.
back from New Zealand. Welcome. Glad you're here. He would like for me to let you know that he's letting all of his gay friends know that we have officially changed what tossing salad is. Thank you, Robert.
Well, it makes more sense.
Thank
You
you,
see what I'm
Robert.
Can you tell him
Yeah,
to come
we
to the
are.
show?
I feel like we're the epicenter of art. We're the epicenter of history. We're the epicenter of books, right? We work with the library.
Yeah.
We work with the science center. We work with Anna. We work with Ross. You know, like we work. Our gay guys have they're going to get the word out. We're good.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, I need credit for this too. When you're spreading the word,
Well,
you
he's
say,
going to let them know.
say Tom Van came up with this.
Yeah.
He said this doesn't make any sense. We should change it. Anyway, so Anna,
Can you tell him to come to the show? Gay guys love seeing straight guys in drag.
Come to the show.
I love having gay guys in the audience. I
Come
think
on
the
out.
one time I had the most gay guys in my audience were these military guys from Fort Walton Beach, and they loved it. And I was like, damn, I need more of this.
Oh, well, we've sold some tickets. There's people buying them.
Nice.
They just said that. So there you go. Good to hear. Good to hear.
drink@westend.com. You
Yep.
can get tickets. Can you get tickets off your website anywhere else?
I just have it in my link tree on my Instagram or
Okay.
Facebook. But yeah, they can get it.
Events@westend.com, I believe, is,
All right.
you know, they
You
have
can
that
get him in
website.
person at the West End if you just pass the money through the glory hole.
Anna, let's talk exercise because you have a PhD
Yeah.
in exercise and
Which I don't use. I'm a full-time comedian now.
okay, but you use it sometimes, right? You're fit.
Yeah, well, you
Well,
must
yeah.
have had something happen and go off in your brain thinking like, oh, I want to be fit. I want to live a long time. I like exercise. Right? No?
Look, I'll tell you the latest what I've done. I recently revamped my second book called Beer is Good for You, which is on the health benefits of moderate consumption of beer and alcohol. I will start selling it at shows again. My 2016 version, I took out most of the pictures and I put more content on the health benefits of moderate consumption of beer and alcohol. I have to reiterate the word moderate because everybody hears excessive and cocaine for some reason when I talk about that. And then glory hole and then dick.
Funniest
There's two dicks and that's all they hear when I talk about the book.
Yeah. Did you hear Ed said we can fuck each other and like
Hey, beer is good for you.
I'm on the sucking dick diet now.
So moderate consumption of alcohol is okay.
There's a ton of health benefits if you are a healthy individual. Alcohol, so it's interesting because recently the government came out with like, alcohol causes cancer, which we all knew alcohol was bad for you, right? We always knew that. But it's interesting that they're saying it recently, and I'm like, but why aren't they talking about the food industry being so, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm not anything, but I know in nutrition you have a lot of food additives and shit that we don't know the long-term effects of.
Yeah.
But and there's health benefits of that. And the reason I wrote that book is because working in the nutrition and exercise field years ago, weight loss, muscle hypertrophy, all that shit got so redundant that I'm like, I want to research something that people will actually want to learn.
Yeah.
And something that I find the research interesting in alcohol. That
Well,
was it.
it kind of makes sense in this way, in the fact that animals will eat
An
fruit.
asshole?
They eat it like a raccoon.
Two dicks.
And you know what they call it? They call it tossing nuts.
It makes more sense.
Yeah.
So that's what
but
the raccoons are doing in my yard.
They're scattering foliage.
animals will eat fermented fruit, and that can
Prisoners
contain
will, too.
alcohol in it, and it seems like they just do it all the time. Like they've just evolved to be able to pass the alcohol through them without any sort of really negative long-term effects that kept them from evolving. They would have evolved to not eat the fermented fruit if it hurt them. So it seems like a moderate amount of alcohol is fine in nature.
And they did moderate. They never did coke. They never did they kept it in they kept it in just the alcohol.
What do you think about like marijuana and like mushroom culture and where it is now? What do you think of that? Because mushroom,
you're asking the wrong person.
the mushroom stuff is the biggest thing. I don't do it. I'm just not because I'm anti any of that. I am pro do whatever the fuck you want to do, but I just don't have the time.
I've never done drugs.
Oh, nice.
Never.
There you go.
And people think I'm a narc sometimes. I'm like, I'm not a narc. I know I look like a drug dealer. I would have made a phenomenal coke dealer in the 80s in Miami, or now, if it was legal. But I think marijuana can also have a lot of
coke.
My pillows are full of coke. And tossing salad instructions, the right ones. I think that people need to do checks on what their family history is of mental illness, because I think marijuana and shrooms can really fuck you up in terms of borderline or some episodes.
I've been thinking about killing my family lately.
You're
No
a
big deal.
Menendez brother.
Also, you could check with me if you're mentally ill. I could tell. Show me your Facebook and then give me like 10 minutes
That
to
is
look at
something
it.
I believe that the three of us. No, I know you're really good,
Huh?
but I would put you, me, and Ross. If we look at you and talk to you for 10 minutes, we could tell. I know I put 100% verify.
And I'll give it a spectrum, so it's not a yes or no. It's like 8, 4, whatever.
Most callers within a sentence. I got them down.
I'm good with the audio.
But Anna, couldn't it be looked at like a supplement especially for like mushrooms or THC, because it is a natural
Trying to get her on
occurring
board
thing.
with because you're a drug
Yeah.
addict? All right,
Well,
that's fair. I'll
just
help.
okay, so I take creatine every day because I looked on Google.
I take creatine.
Yeah,
every day,
and then it said it's the only supplement that actually does something. All the other ones could,
not
like,
only for your muscles but also your brain.
Yeah, your brain, and then so
It's
like,
really benefit versus side effect. It
Yeah.
has it has no side effects, and it does
Right.
good
Yeah.
benefit.
so
unless you load with it, then it can have some gastrointestinal side effects if you're doing the
Oh, yeah.
20
I did that.
grams a day.
Yeah, he had diarrhea
yeah.
from it because he was using the wrong
Oh,
scoop.
no wonder you want to
Yeah,
toss your salad.
I explosive diarrhea.
Yeah.
I've shit myself multiple times.
Yeah, he shit himself running around the block.
Because my wife, she
Oh,
put,
now you're gonna blame her.
took
Finally,
it-
we got to the end of it.
she's like, quit putting your goddamn powders on the counter. It looks like shit. So she put them on all decorative
It
jars.
is annoying when we
And then
come
she just
over.
said 50 grams. Fuck
No,
you.
but when you come over to somebody's
Well, she
house
put
and
the
you see
wrong-
all the powders, you're like, who the fuck do you
Yeah,
think you
well, she
are?
put the wrong
that shit
scoop
out.
in my creatine jar, in the decorative jar, and I was using 10 times the amount I should have every day.
How'd you feel?
I get explosive diarrhea, which I thought was the spinach I was eating in my smoothie. I was like, oh, God, the spinach, too much fiber.
Yeah, I remember that part of the Popeye cartoons.
And I used it for 4 months
was a
or something.
while. It was
And then I was
What?
like, oh, shit, my kidneys. And then it turns out it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Hilarious.
Yeah, no
But
side effects on the
diarrhea, just
kidneys.
diarrhea.
But creatine's great. I don't think that I'm the wrong person to ask. My father's a psychiatrist. I'm very anti-drugs. I'm very pro-pussy.
Was there a question about smoking weed and working out? I find
I just got my medical pussy card.
I find that like a bong hit or two between sets is the perfect fucking.
Okay, but Ross, let me say this. Ross,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know smoked weed till we did the show in DeLand together, and I go, shit, you really hold it together, because I see a lot of comics that are just, I don't know what they're on, and I'm like, damn, they shouldn't be doing shit before or after their set.
Right, a lot of comics will use weed or alcohol to like get themselves in the
Yeah.
mood for comedy. I just
crotch of
smoke
some
weed all day,
sort.
every day.
Yeah.
It's not. It's unrelated.
30
Yeah.
years, and then you're
Yeah.
dead
Ross-
even.
Yeah, you
Ross
don't need
is
it. You are it.
Unrelated.
Ross is excluded from this because the guy has no mental illness. Look at him. I mean, he's just, look at him. He's perfect.
Well, there's a little mental
yeah,
illness.
yeah.
There's some anger in
What?
there. I see some anger in
but
there.
when you
I
go-
see some confrontation.
Give her a couple confrontation of the week setups. So
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
When you go
Not right now.
past 0 into negative mental illness, it's a form of mental
Mental illness, yeah. It's like saying my game is
I
no
got that.
game. Yeah.
I got that. When I pass 0 and I'm down negative a lot, and then it's like, oh, you're just as crazy.
Boy.
You put the
Because
opposite.
if you have no illness,
yeah.
that's the illness.
Yeah,
All
you
that
try to get
insight, but
0.
you never look at yourself, Tom.
But can't you look at mushrooms as a supplement
Have
for
you
your
ever done
brain?
mushrooms?
It's not my area of expertise, and I think it's too risky.
Have you ever
I don't
done
know.
mushrooms?
What's risky about it?
No, never
tried
done
them? Okay.
anything.
All right.
Yeah.
It's
I've
growing
done-
around. Like we used to eat it all the time as ancient humans, right? I'm
Pussy or
sure
mushrooms?
Mushrooms. So we forage everything. So we get all the psilocybin, and then it makes sense that our brains are evolved to at least deal with it no problem. Some people say that
No problem.
reason why we're so smart is because maybe it
enhanced us,
our evolution. And other doctors are like, it's bullshit, whatever, you goddamn weed hippie. Because I like to get mad if they're like, nah. They're like, it makes kind of sense. Anyway, back to creatine. Only supplement that is good.
No, I mean, there's other supplements that are good.
Yeah, but they're all just a
I've been
waste.
so out of the loop. I really did. I left the world like 5 or 6 years ago because I used to give seminars on hydration to bomb technicians. So guys that detonate bombs, law enforcement, military guys. It was fun as fuck.
You guys want to hear my seminar on hydration?
I actually do. Actually, you know what?
Why don't
I do want to hear your
because they're
Is this
wearing
thing on? Guys, drink water.
Thank you. Because they're wearing these really heavy suits, and dehydration by as little as 1% can affect cognitive function and physical function. So the profession that should not be affected by dehydration are bomb technicians, because they're going out there they're wearing these heavy suits, they're sweating, they may have been dehydrated from the night before. So I'd go give these seminars, and then they cut the federal funding, and then I was like, all right, I'm not going to do this. But you know what? It's really beyond that. The nutrition industry, it's a bunch of cheap assholes. And then what I started learning was that Instagram, around the time that I started getting into exercise and nutrition education, like girls on Instagram were just showing their assholes and giving nutrition advice, and I was like, well, I'm out, because I can only show my biceps.
Those are the ones
Those are the ones you're gonna pay for
I'm
nutrition
fat as fuck,
advice.
but I look at a lot of assholes.
I'm like, I have biceps and abs.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm no good. I'm no
At tossed _ salad _ nutrition.
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
fucking.
I like the
yeah,
breastfeeding
Yeah.
videos the best. Those are the ones. I just put my
So
thumb
now I
over
just
the baby.
make
Are
guys
you
show their
getting-
asshole on stage in bikinis.
Are you getting the cartwheel videos yet?
Yeah, I get the
those are
cartwheel.
good.
And then the other one I get is the sundress lit from behind, big pussy lips. one. Do you get those? Do you get those? Do you get those ones?
Absolutely.
Again, we
Yeah,
could
it's
have
a-
easily aired this
it's a
with just a
girl.
conversation with me and Anna.
It's a girl in a sundress, and then the sun is shining through, and then
Yeah.
it's just like, are those real?
Where are you guys
I'm
seeing
like,
this? I mean,
on
you're in the
Instagram.
room with two
I'll
lesbians.
I'll
We have
show
no
you right
idea
now.
what you're
Where's my
talking
phone?
about.
Where's
Hold
my
on, you're a
phone?
lesbian? Oh my
Hold
God!
on a second. I didn't know that.
I was hitting on you earlier.
I didn't know that. My God.
With the whole tussle.
Listen, I'll take it.
Yeah,
Slim
you know what he
pickings.
told me? He's like, she hasn't been with the right guy yet. That's what he said.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of true, right?
We would never say that. We're too gay friendly to ever say that. But that is a funny
So it
thing
had
to
to have
say.
happened once.
Hold on.
A
I wanna
guy
show
that uses a glory hole is the guy that has my heart.
Hold
I
on,
love
I
a
want to
gay
show
guy.
this. Hold on.
I love
Like,
gay
look at
guys.
this. These are the ones that I get.
Is this Instagram?
This is what I get.
Dude.
This is what I get.
What? Come on, change your algorithm.
That's
It's
what I
a
get.
waste of time.
My whole algorithm is
Stop.
just
My
nothing
phone is
but
on
pussies.
my
Come on.
interest feed,
You just
please.
keep looking at it.
Hey, look, there's a
Dude, that's your
all I get.
interest.
That's all I get.
It's a waste of time.
all I
That's
get
your
is bikini
interest
girl.
feed. Mine is like I have Indian men working out because I love it. I want to be with an Indian girl. But I have a
Well,
lot
you
of
have Indian girls
I have a
working
lot
out.
of cats. Like,
Okay. All right.
but
So
I
you
get
guys
it.
both have pussy on
I
your
get a
feed.
lot of pussy in real life, and I just love seeing like cats in my interest feed. So
Yeah.
The chat room wants to know
Mine
if
is
this is the
very
Friday Free
autistic.
show.
That comes later.
That's gonna be
Must
just
be
off
silly.
the fucking wall.
So Anna.
Yes.
The
Oh, my God.
so okay, back to working out. One more thing.
Uh-huh.
It seems like the problem is that it's like forcing or like asking the population of humans to work out is like not what we are naturally used to doing, because we want to conserve energy, right, in the natural human world back 100,000
They're
years
laughing
ago.
at you. They're laughing at your question, and it's making me laugh.
Well, don't even look at it.
You're
The fuck do they
you're
know?
going on and on. You're going on and on about science.
Well, what do you want to talk about? You want to go back to the glory holes? Because I got 10 more
He's
minutes.
got prehistoric explanation of glory holes too. They were
Tossing
conserving.
salad?
They were conserving energy to
Right.
toss salads.
I think it has to do.
I'm literally crying.
I just figured it out. It's they in prison. I think we found this out one time, and now it's all coming back to me.
There's 2 explanations on Google. Yours is one of them.
Yeah. You had to put before you eat another man's butthole in prison.
Why'd you bring this up again? I thought we were talking
salad dressing on it to make it taste good because it tastes like doo-doo.
And then
And that's when there's like.
hold on a second. Are we?
But
is
it
this
should be. It
is
should
this-
just be eating
hold on,
salad.
is this the-
not tossing?
Is this
it.
the jacket off the dolphin thing? Because I don't
Yeah.
remember us ever talking about.
Yeah.
you had a whole fucking T-shirt with Tone X and put a little ranch on it. He had a character based around putting salad dressing on the
But I did
bottle.
okay. Like maybe I'm wild. Like maybe I'm crazy, but I don't remember. I do remember this. I remember Tone X. I remember put some ranch on it.
that's the
The whole
whole
thing. I
salad
remember
dressing.
also that we disappointed Tone X because he wanted to keep doing it, and we weren't vibing with it as much anymore. And we were kind of like, oh, it's run its course, and he wanted to keep doing it, and it got uncomfortable. But I don't remember this point of the salad dressing being for flavoring. Sorry, that's the
Yeah.
part I don't understand.
Yeah, and that's I guess where the tossing.
The 2 explanations on Google is like, if you were in a kind mood, you'd allow your prison bitch to use a little ranch dressing as like a reward.
If you're in a kind mood.
Exactly. Or the other one is apparently in Britain, if you're jacking off, Tom, if you're masturbating yourself with your hand, they call that tossing off. So if someone was licking at your asshole while you were tossing off, you might call it tossing the salad, mate.
Okay, all right.
The
I
maid
knew
thought
it.
it was fantastic, Rob. You know, I've never heard your British accent. I made a note. I will be using it in future productions. Yeah, thank you.
So back to
Pip
comedians
to
in
you,
drag doing comedy. So
You want to hear how I lost one time?
Yeah.
The first one I did at the Orlando Improv.
Oh my God, yeah, Fat Fish Blue.
I don't know. Maybe Anna disagrees, but I was winning. I think I crushed I crushed every single stage of the event up until the finals. It was me and Cap Wright. I think you guys have had Cap Wright in before.
Yeah, I know that guy. Yeah, he's good.
Me versus Cap Wright in the finals, and it was 3 minutes after people stopped leaving their houses after COVID, and the finale was Anna brought 2 people up from the audience to feed me and Cap ho-hos through a glory hole, like
glory hole.
that she had made out of like a big cardboard glory hole.
Yeah.
And so
I'd watch Cap Wright eat anything through a glory hole. He's
so
a snack.
she started setting up for this event, and I'm watching this lady that she just got picked out of the audience unwrapping ho-hos and setting them up like, cannon ammunition on the floor of the improv stage. and so Anna does like the 3
Paper towel. God damn.
Anna
Just leave them in the wrapper. Why are you unwrapping them?
Can't
I
put it
that
down.
wasn't very hygienic.
She was ready to go. She was a gamer. She wanted it. And Anna did the countdown and started, and Cap started like mowing down ho-hos through the glory hole.
Deep-throating
and
them.
I went, no fucking way.
Yeah.
I'm not
Good
fucking
for you.
doing that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
I might look. I'm gay, but I'm not eating no trash hose.
Off the floor of the stage.
The final round has evolved. I invented this show over 5 years ago, and the guys used to have to bob for hot dogs out of water that would have mixed with cornstarch. And then
I
it
could crush
evolved to
I was just sitting there thinking about it. I will beat you in that.
and then it evolved to the glory hole, and now it's a surprise when people come to the show. Sometimes most of the time the comedians don't know what the final round is, but it's less diabetes. is all
Let's
I
just
have
say
to
it's not going to be called the tossing the salad segment anymore.
But this is a competition in which
Yes.
the audience judges the winner?
Yes, the
Okay.
audiences vote, and then whoever wins the next year, because I do the show once a year in my select cities where I'm keeping it, and whoever wins has to defend their crown
Love
the
it.
next year. So that's where the drama comes in, because I choose an all-new lineup, and that's where it gets WrestleMania drama-y, because they're like, these guys want to fucking win.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's really there's no sometimes a Wawa gift card, but no, they're just getting tip money from the audience.
Yeah.
They really like to win this fucking
People
show.
are competitive. Yeah.
Defend
I
the crown.
get
That's a good name for looking ass.
it. Yeah. You look back at your wife and you're like, you want to defend the crown. That's
And
pretty good.
so and last year's or 2 years ago winner, who was that?
For Sanford,
Yeah.
it was actually more than 2 years ago now that I think about it. It was Marcus Crespo.
Crespo, yeah,
He
yeah.
won his
He's
Ariel
tough.
Grande.
He's tough.
And
Funny dude too, super funny dude.
Yes, and the thing is that we were in Whataburger. This is basically how the Ronald McDonald with tits came about. We were in the parking lot of Whataburger, and I said, "What if I booked Marcus Crespo and Winston Pickles?" Do you guys know Winston Pickles, Melbourne?
I've never met him, but I am familiar.
He's
Sir, is it
British.
Sir Winston?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Never heard of him.
He's
I've always wanted to do that. Sorry, that's like so. Like, I don't know why I did that. You should punch me in the face.
Would a okay, they have a female glory hole, right? And Japan
God,
invented it, and you stick your butt through it.
Oh, yeah.
Have you
You
seen that?
guys really do watch porn.
Yeah,
yes.
do you know why we
yes.
love that?
It's in the
Because
games, the
one of our
Japanese
dreams-
games.
One of our dreams was to do it, and we can't do it now because my mom's dead, but we were going to put our mom's butts. Because that's
not
the
a
Japanese
dream.
game show.
No.
You put the mom's butts, and then the Japanese guy's like, God, do you know if your mom? He's like, is it your mom?
Yeah, Japanese are into wild shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
and I could totally tell my mom over your mom. Guaranteed.
I always said you already lost once you test them all. Right? It's like once you how would you win by
Would
guessing
your-
it's your
you know what's
mom?
funny? You know what I
Yeah.
thought about? If my mom's in her harness and
should be
her bare ass is through the glory hole, and your mom's in her harness with her bare ass through her glory hole,
Yeah.
do they turn to each other and go like, "Oh, hi Marilyn, hi Carol"? Are they like, "Hi Carol, hi
I don't
Marilyn"?
say that.
It's like
Oh,
it's
my
good
God.
seeing you. Oh, you're doing this for the boys, and then and he's like, "Release the glory hole."
Okay,
Would it be better if their butts had a little balsamic on them? Maybe?
Anyway, it seems like no woman would be interested in that if they had introduced the female glory hole where you stick your ass through.
Right, because that's not for females either, Tom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you have to be for some, right? And some women were out there.
Cameron wants to know when did we time travel back to 2014? Because the show we're doing. It's just like it's all over the
Someone would like it.
Wait, I just
you
want
would
to
do it
reiterate.
one time, right?
I just want to reiterate. There's no glory holes at the West End Trading Co.
No.
For
Anymore.
comedians and
No.
anymore
Yeah.
for the West End
Yes.
Trading Co. I have a good military friend that said he used to go there and get into fights, but I think he meant something else. I love him. Anyways,
I used to go fight the glory hole.
We know the owner. He'll put one in. I'll call text Paul
Yeah,
right
text
out.
Paul.
And they're like, wait, you're like, all right. He'll do it.
We
He'll
want an
do it.
air conditioner.
Maybe
glory
that
hole.
could be the reward for the comedian that wins.
Air conditioned glory hole, kind of like Evolved Fights. That's my favorite porn, where the people wrestle and then they end up fucking everyone.
Oh yeah. It's awkward because they're struggling.
Yeah, there is. There's some holding down. There's some holding down where you don't know which way this is going. I'm like, is this consent? What's happening
Yeah,
here?
yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
are you fighting
But
as
that's
hard
what,
as you
that's
can?
what's, you know what? That's what makes it exciting.
Yeah.
I feel like.
I bet the director's like, no, don't fight that hard.
Yeah,
It's
he's like,
awkward.
"Ah, don't-
Yeah.
he's
You have
like-
to make it obvious.
He's like,
that you're
open
giving
hands,
up.
open hands, open hands.
You have to make it obvious that you're not fighting as hard as you
Is she
can.
bleeding? Okay, no, they're good.
All right,
They're good.
Sorry.
She wanted the last event to be a surprise. You guys fucking blew it. I got a news story that kind of fits in with.
Okay, what
This is Dateline India. You want to date in?
Oh, she likes
I do.
Indian
Yeah, I
women,
want to
so-
date. Could be Bangladesh, Pakistan, India,
What do you like about him?
Sri Lanka. The pussy tastes like curry. No.
Hey!
That was my joke. I wrote down. That's what I thought I could say it.
That's
I was like,
exactly
I
I
was
wanted to roll with what you guys heard.
Yeah. My mom had a sweater that said that.
I like dating ethnic women, so I like dating Latin American women. I like dating, and I've always wanted to date. The problem I run into with Indian women is I'll match with them on dating apps, and they want to date me because I have a PhD. Well, no. I'll tell you what happens. They want to date me because I look very rebellious, and then they like that I have a PhD. Because in Indian culture, it's you have to be an engineer, a PhD, a medical doctor. So they love that. But then the arranged marriage just hasn't happened yet. So I don't know what's gonna.
Those actually work out too. I'm pro arranged marriage.
It actually has-
I've done the numbers.
It has a better
Yeah.
likelihood of
And
working out.
you know what? And I look at the photos; they look happy.
Yeah. Well, our brains are we're a bunch of idiots. We're attracted to the people we shouldn't be attracted to.
I'm
It's
still
like all
thinking about
screwed up.
female glory hole. Honestly, like I can't get off of that since you said it.
Who volunteers for the other end of it?
That,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
There
think
has
they're
to be-
volunteering. Actually, those Japanese girls might be. I don't know. what's
What do you
going
mean
on.
the other end?
Like the person on the other
Who
side.
sticks their
There's
ass through the
People
hole?
who like that.
Okay, but yeah, there's someone that likes
Yeah.
giving it.
Are we still talking about the Japanese glory hole or like the guys?
But there has to be less of a
Oh, you mean
ratio.
suck at it?
Yeah,
because the guys that stick their
yeah.
dick through the thing, and this is why I say bisexuality in men is actually very genuine and common because of testosterone. That's why men will stick their dick through a glory hole, knowing only a man is going to
Yeah.
be in the other end,
Any
regardless
hole.
of his sexuality.
Yeah.
Well, that's called accidental gay.
Yeah, that's a song by Brad Paisley and LL Cool J. It's called The Accidental.
Yeah, like I'm hoping
Homo.
it's a woman. Just don't care who it
Wait,
is. I'm not
I
gonna work.
gotta clear something because somebody said this to me the other day. Is Kenny Chesney gay?
I mean, he's not gay.
I think once you know, there's
He's
a certain famous level you reach.
Bad Bunny's gay for sure.
His
Like,
new album,
No, I
his
think
new stuff is great.
you
Like
just
Bad
take
Bunny, the
anything.
traditional style.
What is that called?
It's great.
which one, Kenny Chesney or Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny. Like, I just think
But-
that he's paying homage to Puerto Rico and the music, the albums. I don't know if he's gay, but the new
For
albums,
sure
I'm
he's
on
gay.
board.
For sure, because Puerto Rico
He's
and
pretty.
Latin America in general is
He's a
pretty,
good-looking
is
man.
pretty- yeah, but remember when he started out, he was like a thug,
Well, he
and then
was, yeah.
gradually he started
Soften
dressing
his-
in drag
soften
and like
his look a little bit.
being
Huh.
gay.
Interesting. All right.
Dateline
I'll put you
Not
down.
that drag is gay. I'm not again.
not.
I'm trying. Drag is for everybody.
Well, it's not gay.
But Bad Bunny's gay.
Yeah. We call it the Kenny Chesney.
Yeah,
Going out.
the Kenny Chesney of drag.
Dateline India. What do you got?
There's a podcaster named Beer Biceps.
Wait a minute. That's what
sounds
you
like
want me to
mine.
call you around
Sounds
here.
like mine.
He wants me to call him that around here. He's pushing me down because my hips are all fucked up.
He the last week in India, he's been kind of there's been an uproar about this guy. He made some comments on his show, outrage, police investigation, death threats. The Supreme Court issued an order forbidding him from podcasting or broadcasting on his YouTube channel again because he proposed a question on his YouTube channel, 8 million followers on YouTube, doing some kind of bullshit, dumb YouTube game show or something. He asked the contestant this question.
All right.
Would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life or join in once and stop it forever? India
great question.
is in a fucking outrage. There's rioting in the street because this
Really?
guy. I'm
Yeah.
serious. Yeah, it's a huge
Yeah.
story in India right now. The Supreme Court of India issuing orders, told him to stop broadcasting. They actually issued an order that he's not allowed to be arrested for this.
What is
The
considered
Supreme Court
joining
had to get
in?
involved.
What is considered joining in? Like if I dry the sweat on my mom's brow, is that joining in?
Oh,
like
good question.
if I just dab the top of her head, is that joining in?
Good question. I feel like you have to penetrate one or the other.
Yeah.
With digits?
Nope.
I'd also.
Penis.
Yep.
Oh, tongue?
Tom.
I'd also. I'd ask the question. Because, like, there's a lot of doo doo in the streets for you
Yeah.
guys to be so uptight.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah. Why don't you do something about the shit problem in the streets, and
I'm
then
just
we'll
saying-
work on.
Hey, man, you're
then we'll
freaked out
work
about some
on
podcaster?
some mythical mom fucking.
Yeah. Some podcaster
Yeah.
asked some question, and then you doo doo stinks. Anyway, sorry.
By the way, BBC article says that the exact same question came up in a podcast in Australia like a couple months earlier. He pretty much ganked it from him. No outrage in Australia.
What would you do? What would you do? I think I'd rather watch it every day. Because I think I would become desensitized to it to a point where it would just be no different than other things that I was shocked that I was doing. Like, I think maybe even going number 2 for the first time as a young human, as a baby, you know? That's a crazy, traumatic thing to do. But then through time, you realize that it's just a necessary evil. So I
Do
would...
you remember that?
I would start. No, I don't. But I would start. This is how I would approach me looking at my parents fucking every day, and I would just get up in the morning, get my coffee, take a couple peeks, go on about my day.
You get used to
You
it.
get used to it.
You
Yeah.
get used
There's
to
no
it.
need to touch your mom and dad while they're
Yeah,
being
yeah.
intimate. You don't even need to go that far.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
watch it.
It's like
And you know
exercise.
what? And I can make an argument that it's beautiful because in a weird way, it created me, and I was their one and only son, and they're both gone now. And I'd give anything, including my hands, to have them back one
Right.
time and just kiss their face.
'Cause
so it's a
imagine-
very beautiful thing to.
There's,
You know,
there's
them fucking is beautiful because you know.
and this is some sort of magic scenario.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
magic is involved.
Yeah,
So like
yeah.
you could theoretically, Tom, you could, or Dan, both of you guys, you could have extended the lives of your parents. Like say, if you live another 40 or 50 or 60 years, your parents could live into their 120s and fuck every day. That would be so
Wait,
great
that's
for
the
your
movie.
parents.
That's the movie paradox. The movie is that in order to keep your parents alive that long, you have to watch them fuck every day.
Oh, that's an M. Night Shyamalan.
That's some A20, that's some A24 bullshit right there. Next thing you know, you got Julia Louise-Dreyfus eating a bird, and she's watching her mom and dad fuck.
Dude, imagine watching your 119-year-old parents.
With osteoporosis.
If they fall out of bed, do you help them?
Do they know that you're watching?
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awkward for them. Unless it was just a videotape. Is it
Yeah.
a
What
glass
if they
wall
don't know
scenario?
you're watching?
Uh-oh.
They don't know you're watching until the last time you watch, in which your dad will turn around like this. One time. Just
Did you get to pick the time of day you
Yeah.
could watch? More of a lunch man.
You're a lunch man.
I'd knock that out just during my lunch.
quick. I like
Just
how
eat,
I like how my
yeah.
I like how my dad's got his tie over his shoulder and he's got a full dress shirt on.
My jaw's just been dropped this whole time.
You wanted it, Anna. You said it. You said, I'll do it. It has to be uncensored.
I'm also.
yeah.
Again,
I'm
you said
also-
As
nothing
soon
bad.
as you said uncensored, Ross got his duct tape out and started wrapping the.
You said nothing bad this whole time.
I'm on half an hour of sleep, and I'm like, is this a dream?
This is the fever dream. Wait till we bring in the ghost of my
We
parents.
could have done this, put this on the radio, no problem. They were just talking about the show. Nothing,
glad
nothing
this
is
is
bad.
This is
censored.
be careful what you wish for. Next thing you know, we're talking about our mom's asses.
All right. Drink@westend.com. Comedians in drag doing comedy.
Yes,
it's
sir.
at West End Training Company, 7:30 p.m.
Go watch the crown
8
be
p.m.
defended.
Oh, 8 p.m.
Doors open 7:30. Shows at 8 p.m.
All right.
Thursday, February 27th.
I'd make the argument I was still kind of right on that one. you
Yeah, no,
jumped
I
in
like
I was totally wrong.
7:30 because then people get there on time.
Yeah.
It was like doors at 7:30.
Yeah, 7:30.
And I'll probably do a different costume, so I'll tell you this is what I wore last time. Like black knee-high compression socks, Daisy Dukes, but like really rolled up the ass crack, like really rolled up Daisy Dukes.
They were.
And then just a dude's white A shirt, but tied up like a bra.
Like a wife beater?
Yeah,
I like
What are you
that.
going to wear for the bikini part?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna switch it up.
Anna said, "Bring your conservative grandpa."
Yeah, blow his MAGA hat off.
She said
Oh my
she's
God.
a PhD.
Yeah, yeah.
She's smarter than all of us.
70 and 80 years old.
She knows
bring 'em.
better
That's
than
my
us.
biggest
Set him in the front row, blow his fucking Doge hat off. Oh! He's like, what? He's like, oh.
Who do you think was watching all those old-timey Buddy Hackett comics in fucking dresses?
Yeah.
It was grandpa's.
Yeah.
I do it every July in St. Augustine Beach, and I have the most adorable older audience, like 70. Now, again, I don't know if they're conservative, but I have a big fan base in Alabama, Mississippi that's pretty conservative.
I'm sure. Yeah, they like the party.
Yeah.
Again, it's February 27th.
Yep.
Thank you guys for coming. We
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you
it.
guys. Good, nice meeting you, Anna. Always a pleasure seeing
Thank
you.
you so much.
much.
This was
Sorry, so
It was something. I mean, we did
Wait, but
something
did you
here
have
today.
any exercise questions?
No. I can come up with a bunch.
Just lift weights. Do
I
you want me to show my biceps on air? Will that get people to come to the show?
It might, yeah. One bicep.
What do you got?
Yeah,
One
yeah.
bicep.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's a
What do you get?
Just
Get some
one.
abs?
Yeah, yeah. She does. Oh, I've seen her abs.
Yeah.
They're in the flyer.
My abs are on the flyer.
The flyer's got the abs on.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you keep your abs? Is it all diet? It's all diet.
No, I don't diet. Actually, I have the diet of a 4-year-old, and because of I'm so busy in comedy, and I'm a full-time touring comic. My diet consists of Whataburger, McDonald's, can of tuna because I want to get my protein,
I've got a tuna can.
and then I eat
They were
sweets.
waiting for that.
I eat sweets every single night. I
All
eat
right.
donuts, cake, everything you name it before bed, and then I wait. Then I lay down. I can't like eat and then lay down. Okay,
right, so
bye-bye,
you're
sis.
gonna meet some of our
So
listeners at
McDonald's
your
sweets before you go to
Yes.
bed. Beer's okay, and you
yeah,
have
I
abs.
just don't.
You heard it
People
from-
should not do what I do, but
Do you hate that worse, or that she gets way more pussy than you? Which part do you hate worse?
Well, I just say that's
just
it.
one.
There,
Okay.
there we go.
So-
Look at that. Look at the biceps. Those are great.
Yeah. And you don't work out to get that?
I work out. I do biceps once a week.
Once a week
Once a
biceps,
week.
and you
That's
got
good.
those
Those are
biceps.
great biceps.
And you eat McDonald's every day.
Yeah, oh my God. That's
Yeah,
an EJ. That's called the EJ.
Yeah.
He works out once a year and eats McDonald's. You can look like that.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm more confused than I was when we started about everything.
I love it.
Everything.
I
Good luck
don't. I
with the
don't
show.
eat vegetables or anything. Thank you. I don't toss salad.
Yeah. No calories in salad
Yeah,
anyway.
you do.
Thank you guys so
Oh.
much for letting me promote the show. Here,
yeah,
you guys
no
are so
problem.
much
Anytime.
fucking fun. I
Anytime.
really.
Well,
you
next
guys,
next time, glory hole. We'll have one in here. We'll have one in here.
All right.
And
in West End.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, here, West End, everywhere.
Yeah,
All right.
everywhere. All right,
All
guys.
right.
We'll see you later. All right. Let me stop that. I guess I might as well just turn on the cameras and let it roll through, right?
Yeah.
Because we're going to start at noon anyway, right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, please hold. I'm just going to turn on the cameras and some momentary music, so please hold. All right. I got to do a little something, and then I'll come back to the cameras for you guys. There is a, I forget that there's this one computer is doing everything, and sometimes I got to jump back in here and grab some stuff. There we go. I need that. Right there. Thank you guys for being with us. We will be starting momentarily. Okay, get rid of that. Yep, that one. Supposed to go right there. Yep, get rid of that. Let's see this. Yep, that one goes right there. Okay, and then this one. All right. Okay. I think that's it. All right, y'all. We're gonna head back in here. So here's the lobby, and we'll be back with the show momentarily, very, very soon. Heart of my heart, I love you. Life would be no. can forget you never. From you I ne'er can sever. Say you'll be mine forever. I love you only.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25, and yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes, so ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath.
222 deal goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Matter of fact, make it 25, and yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes, so ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj and queen out the door like Beyonce.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle.
Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath.
Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude, honey.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio. It's a blast! It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom. On the couch with us, comedian Vince Taylor's here.
Hey,
How you doing, Vince?
What's up? Yeah.
I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
He is here, and he's not on the Zoom.
No, that's different.
He's in the room, and you
Yeah.
know what happens when he's in the room and not on Zoom? It smells good.
There's
You do smell good.
You smell good.
I got pure feet energy right now.
Can I say something stereotypical?
Uh-oh.
Old white guys. They don't smell good.
Yeah.
Older. I'm looking at you and me. Older white men.
I don't put a cologne on.
I don't put a cologne on. And black men and Latin men put a cologne on, and it's a better way.
Yeah.
It's a better way, and you know how to command it correctly.
Yeah. You got to put it on.
But
in the
you
right
have on
place.
just enough. You don't have too much.
Not too much. Well, yeah, you got to put it on at the right time too.
See, why don't that should be the next
I'd
thing.
be judged if I came in with some like cologne on. I feel like everybody would.
I would like it.
They would make fun of me.
I would
behind my
like
back.
it if
They're
you're
like, who's this guy?
No,
think
no,
he is?
I would
Is
like
that a thing? You make fun of people for smelling good? That's the thing now?
No, only like because of the stereotype of old white guys stinking. They smell like BO.
Well,
or,
old white guys, if you get rained on, which you probably will. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
They smell like onions.
Or labradoodle. Typically.
You smell like a wet dog.
I never understood that because BO smells like onions.
It does.
And white people smell like onions when they get rained on.
When they get rain, and it's raining today.
Yeah.
So there was
Why do you
a
think I
hint.
got a hat on? I'm not smelling like onions. I put a hat on.
I ain't gonna lie though. If we judging looks and using the look to determine the smell, I would think, Dan, that you were the smellier one.
I know.
You're giving,
it's the hair. I know. I
it's
understand.
It's the
I'm not so fresh and so clean anymore.
It looks. You look like a hoarder.
Rough.
I
I look like I should play. I look like I should be playing the spoons.
Yeah.
We got some business. Well, this is business because I go back and forth. I'm like, Daniel's obviously going crazy somehow.
Yeah, playing the spoons over here.
Clearly,
He's getting more and more crazy as he ages.
No, I want to grow my hair and beard out. I want to grow my hair and beard all the way out. All the way.
Slowly turn into Blue from old school. You remember Blue, you're my boy.
Yeah, a crazy old white man, right?
No, I'm not.
When white people go
my
crazy,
daughter hates it.
they
Absolutely hates it.
Yeah, they grow their hair out.
But it's manly. I mean, Dan is literally like 3 feet tall, but now looking at him sit here with this beard, I feel like he could kick somebody's ass. Not mine.
I look tough.
That's just because of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I picture him with an
axe. If you never saw Lord of the Rings, you would never thought that.
I literally want to just toss Dan across a mountain.
That guy's not tough. They just put him in there for comic relief. I know what I am.
Yeah.
I know what I am.
Yeah, man. He's a well-groomed penguin. I love it.
But I want to grow my hair all the way out. It's like the one and I finally hit my daughter with some sense.
You shouldn't hit your daughter, bro.
Well, she's big. She's tougher than me.
Talk about it on radio.
But no, so I told her, I go, hey, because she hates this. She's like, I hate your beard and I don't like your hair. And I go, well, like, follow me with this logic. I go, I have hair. I'm not losing my hair. So while I have it, let me grow it,
bro.
And it was almost as if I'd given her like a Tom Van, like a logical. She was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, but you're not gonna lose your hair. You're gonna have it till you're dead.
Well, it's gonna keep getting like the sides will keep riding back and a little more.
The U comes at some point. Can I chime in on this,
please,
bro?
You can say whatever you want.
Can I speak to the daughter that you hit unnecessarily?
Yeah.
And he should not be doing that. There's numbers for that, Dan's daughter. But by the way, your dad is growing a beard because he can.
Yeah, that's
All
why.
daddies ain't able, and I am living proof. I've been trying to grow a beard for 15 years, and I ain't got nothing but some fuzz.
You gotta go team, man.
Like, it don't work, bro. Like, I'm able to like, nah, I can make it look like this, but I can't get the Rick Ross. I can't get the Dan. You know what I'm saying? I get like the Will Ferrell, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know, a little something in Step Brothers.
How's your mustache?
Nah, well, yeah, I got to cut it right on off, bro.
You look like you got a good one, though.
Nah, bro.
I got a dark mustache.
Hair on my face don't go right, bro.
Okay.
Hair above my lip is
you
just
guys,
not.
You guys are both very attractive men.
I
For those
appreciate
of us
that.
that
It's
are
true.
disgusting,
Yeah.
we have to go with what we got.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, I have to get my hip replaced on 3/11 day, on March 11th.
3/11.
I got my date. I got my date for my hip, and I'm older, and I feel like, maybe you're right. Maybe this is the age where you decide to not care anymore, and you just want to be disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where I was going with
You're
that.
48 years old.
I think I changed in the middle of the thing. there.
I just watched a guy unload canoes at 90. 48
I'm
is
built
not
for that,
old.
though. I'm not a canoe. I'm an editor. I'm a thinking man.
Yeah, but when you interchanging parts like it's a car, like, at that point it's time to go ahead and wrap it up.
Let me. Daniel is growing his hair out for no reason.
Good.
I haven't
No
figured out a
reason.
reason. It's just,
You
and the
should.
reason
It's
is
not,
crazy. I think you know. What I'm saying?
There's no reason.
So
I just want to see. It's like a personal challenge.
Bro, I'm pro beard, bro.
It's like I want to see if I can do it. It's like if
yeah, but
somebody
he always had a
Don't-
beard. He's just growing it out
Nah,
crazy
I
long,
want the
homeless.
full Gandalf,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm
the
not-
full Dumbledore.
I'm
I
not
want,
trimming it at all. Like
literally.
today, even Ross said, he's like, "Are you going to go see John and get the sides
Yeah.
trimmed up?" And everything I read, they say, "No, if you're growing your hair, you never cut it,
Bro, I
You just
want
leave it alone."
Viking length. I want
Yeah.
braids in the hair. You know what I'm saying? I want you to shave it and let it grow back. And then one day,
could do
I
some
want to
braids.
come up here one day and see 3 black girls from Pine Hills like giving you straight plaits on your
But
beard.
that hurts. No, I'm
Nah,
not tough
bro.
enough
Yo,
for that.
deal with it.
I'm
But
not-
that's what it do, bro.
I'm
That's
not-
what you supposed to
I'm
do.
not White Iverson. I can't
right,
do
well,
that.
you could- all right, well, yeah, we'll
Post
talk
did
about
that.
that,
Did he
yeah.
ever get any trouble for that?
Nah.
You
He got more trouble for saying he wasn't a hip hop artist than he was for all that other
Gotcha.
stuff.
Yeah.
But I like the beard, man. Just to
Well,
close
thank
that
you.
segment, man. And I think it does a good job of covering your face.
I appreciate that.
what
That's
it's
an
for.
insult, by the way.
I know.
I just want to bring it up. Real quick. First, we are officially shutting down the Tom and Dan Air T&D
Yeah.
at the end of May.
We are, yeah.
So if you did want to book it and stay there one last time in Sanford, the Sanford location, I say that because we're kind of moving on to possibly a different location. We're not sure yet, but we've been in Sanford for 3.5 years, and so
And we've lost listeners because of the. Yeah, we've lost listeners because of this.
well, that location has been there for 3.5 years. It actually is going to continue to be an Airbnb, but not the Tom and Dan Airbnb.
Correct,
So it's
yeah.
not going to be decorated and all stuff inside. But so if you want to book it now. It ends at the end of May. So from now to May, any openings, you can go on bookairtnd.com and you can book your weekend or any
What's
date
the
you want to
theme
stay.
going to be after it's not Tom and Dan anymore?
I don't
there
know.
a
I don't know. The person that's running it, I'm not sure what she's going to do.
Okay.
But
All right.
that location is prime for a
Oh, yeah.
Sanford Airbnb.
It's the
so
party
perfect.
location. Yeah, man.
And then also there's still 20% off all of Jeff's Bagel Run merch if you use promo code Tom and Dan.
Yeah, the socks. There are pins. There are the little bagel boys, stuffed animals now. Did you say they got a costume bagel man? Will they let me wear that?
They have a
They have a
official
giant bagel.
mascot.
They have a giant Jeff's bagel, and then at the top of his hair, his swoop is cream cheese. He has a.
Okay, all right.
It's awesome. It's like one of those like $5,000 mega costumes with the fan in it.
Yeah.
It is amazing. I was like, please let me wear that.
Where are they? Is it for like sporting events or something?
I don't. They don't need it.
Cream
They
cheese.
do not need it. But it's It's huge.
With the cream cheese,
It's huge. You would even fit in it. It's huge. And Vince is a tall guy. That's what I mean.
Nah, man.
But it's humongous. And then the top of his hair is like a swoop of like cream cheese. Yeah, it's super cool.
Nah, I can't do the cream cheese.
Yeah,
bro.
man. It's cool.
The Orange County Regional History Center is doing their charity golf tournament called the Courthouse Cup. That's March 10th. You can go to thehistorycenter.org to sign up for that. It's Rio Pinar Golf Course, and all the proceeds go to support the History
I get
Center.
mad when you say the golf course. Say it again. Say it again. 'Cause
Rio, is it Pinar?
You say Rio Pinard, and I'm like, who do you think you are?
And also,
Do you think you're better than me?
this Saturday, I'm going to be at the Merce Fest downtown
What, you
Orlando.
carry a Merce now?
Which is a huge 10-block art and entertainment live performance installation they got going on this
Ross
weekend.
knew about this. Yeah, it's like the streets of Orlando become live art installations. Blue Man Group's down there, Dizzle Funk's down there, Universal Funk Orchestra, a bunch of other bands are down there.
Gigantic. Free tickets
Yeah.
if you just go to immersefest.com.
Yep, you can just sign up and get a free ticket.
Do you get a free merce?
I don't know. I have a Merce.
All right, I want a merce.
I have a really nice
I want to
Merce.
be in the
actually.
merce gang, bro.
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the stage for the Orlando Science Center 6 p.m. Orange Avenue between Church and Jackson. And I'm going to be there with Spencer blowing up some, like, you know.
You going to get on the mic?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You go, what's going on, everybody? You're going to be yelling?
I'm going to be involved in the explosions that they're setting off on stage.
Y'all ready for this?
I wonder if I could. And I know how to
Junkie the Bear.
From Mark Rober, I know how to do all this
Yeah,
stuff. So
give me a little Rober.
I'll, well, I don't know, it's just a white guy like me. So there's no.
Boom.
I've never seen someone put their face above it and let it blow through their face.
It's
I'm
because
gonna
it's
try that.
really hot.
It's not that hot.
Wow.
They touch it
No,
after.
Say
the
that
chemical
again.
reaction, I believe the initial chemical reaction is hotter than the sun.
I'll close my eyes.
Just wear those blades that Max got for
Into the face.
winning the donations.
So how you doing, Vince?
Well, I'm still looking for that Merce. I ain't gonna lie. Was that true? Does he really have a Merce?
No, it's Immerse Fest.
Oh,
Oh,
he
yeah,
Merce.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. It's like
okay.
immerse yourself in art and live
Shucks.
performance.
Yeah.
I have no
It's
idea.
just
Disappointed.
Tom said Merce, and it's
Would y'all have judged me though if I
Immerse.
did walk in and have me a Louis bag?
no, but I know you've made fun. I have one, and you made fun of it, so I don't bring it anymore.
Well, it's hard for me to know if it's real or fake because I can't tell the difference. So I
what's
would
up.
just assume it was fake because I'm racist.
And then we're
I'm joking.
Magic Mouse stuff. But nah, but I mean, but you would just assume that it was fake, but you wouldn't judge me for having a bag.
No.
That's good to know.
I like people that flaunt how much money they have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I.
Well, there are like stereotypes for people that carry Merces, right? So if there's like, and this is a compliment, if it's like mid to young black guy carrying Merce, I go in style, cool black guy.
There you go.
If it's a bodybuilding white guy carrying Merce, I'm like steroids. If it's, you know what I mean?
okay.
Like
Yeah, there's all reasons.
Yeah, there's all
Okay.
different reasons, race, colors, and creeds that carry Merces, but all for different reasons. Like most stylish white guy, if he's carrying a Merce, he's either going to fall into one of two categories. Like white guy that's dipping his toe into urban culture, or he's going to be on steroids.
Okay, so
That's it.
so you see Cam Newton with a purse, you like, all right, that's Cam.
Stylish.
He got. You see
Well-
Logan Paul, even though he's still a little young, you like douchey. I ain't
But
really
he's still
feeling
trying
that.
to, he's chasing that style.
He's trying to get the bag.
Yeah,
okay.
he's still trying to
But if you saw like Bob Barker with a bag, that's like all pills.
Okay, you know what I would think of that? If I saw Bob Barker, is he still alive?
No.
If
he
Bob
died.
Barker, let's say he's alive.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, my
but
bad.
let's say he's alive and he had a
think so.
Merce.
Hold
I
on.
would
Did he
think,
die?
the immediate thing I would think of is like, how old's his girlfriend? Because he's probably trying to wear that to impress the girl. You know what I mean?
What's up, Belichick? We see you, homeboy.
Yeah, exactly that. Like that red jacket that Belichick had on. I'm like, well, normally I know you wouldn't wear that, but I know why you're wearing it. And I don't fault you for wearing it.
My favorite thing about Belichick's 24-year-old girlfriend is Belichick's old football friends that have old wives that are talking mad shit.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah. Tons.
And that the old football friends have to pretend to their old wives that they're like, yeah, this is a weird thing. I'd be like, what does he even talk to her about?
Exactly.
They have to pretend that they also agree
I
that
love
it's,
you. I like something to hold on to.
and they and they wouldn't want to bang a 24-year-old.
No. I like
Right,
them
right.
grabbing me.
They're like,
you know
right,
me,
right.
and I like a face like a bulldog. That's what I like. I like a really disgusting face and a big fat flabby ass.
That's the best kind.
That's what I like.
they have to
I like a big fat frog ass.
Pretend to their old wives that they wouldn't want to be with the 24-year-old.
Oh no! I love a toothy blowjob. Sure. Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
you know she don't even know what to do if he get a stroke. You know what I'm saying? If he get a stroke, she don't know where his pills at. She don't know which one is the Monday and the Tuesday. I don't want me no young little something like that. You know what I'm saying? I want me a old nice little Aunt Betty. You know what I'm saying? A little something I can slap me something on the back. You know what I'm talking about? I need me somebody with benefits. I want to be able to say, hey, you want something? She say, bingo. Oh yeah. That is funny because you know those dudes, if they could swap wives.
Of course. Well, that's and then
Well,
also,
if you're a younger dude,
but you
if
know
you're a
they-
younger dude with two younger wives, you can swap wives. But when you're the older dude with the old wife and Belichick, there's never any
Shout out to
swapping.
Neo. Neo got 3 wives right now. That man
Really?
doing his thing. Oh yes, kissing them all in the mouth at once.
You know
Yes,
who
sir.
we met who came in here that had brought both of his girls at the time?
Wow.
Comedian. He signed the door.
Oh, was it
Very
D-Ray?
attractive. D-Ray
Davis?
D-Ray
D-Ray,
Davis. Thank
yes,
you.
D-Ray has
Beautiful.
a
I was about to say
horde.
eyes. I was about to say the eyes.
Yes,
He
D-Ray
has those
is.
eyes.
I ain't gay, but he's sexy. all
Yeah,
right?
he's a good-looking
And
dude.
He can
And
get it.
So when he
but I ain't
came in
gay.
here, he brought both his girls, but it was, and I'm not speaking out of turn. He's a great person. it seemed weird, and they didn't seem. It seemed like there was
they might have been
something
out.
happening.
Yeah,
like there was like a tension.
No, that's in your brain.
No.
Because
Nah.
what I
No.
realized, here's the bad math we've all been doing about 2 wives. And I did this shit just like the other guys telling yourself, like, I have nothing in common with her. What are you talking about during dinner? Who gives a... You have nothing in common with your old wife. I got an old wife. I got nothing in common with her. And we sit in silence.
I'm not saying I care.
She's
if they
tired of
argue,
hearing
but
me talk.
They were arguing, the girl.
We love naps.
But here's the bad math, is that you think to yourself, you're like, God damn, I don't want 2 bitchy wives. You know,
Yes.
because they'd be both bitching at me or whatever.
No. That's not what I meant. They were fighting with each other.
Right.
The girls.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care about that. If they want to fight, go ahead. It's not my problem.
Yeah. Well, but they're also used to it, and I think with that, you need a personality that will allow multiple wives.
Oh, I'm not that guy.
With that personality,
I'll never be that guy.
What, you don't want multiple wives?
No. I can't.
Oh.
I'm not. Sure, I do want it, but is it going to function correctly with the way that I am? No, I'm too sensitive to have multiple wives. I fall in love with one, and I wouldn't be spending time with the other one. They tear me apart.
Nah, but see, all you got to do is get you a project manager. You know what I'm
My
saying?
wife
to
is the
handle
project
wives.
manager.
Nah, man, the wife can't manage the wife. Actually, hold on. You might be onto something.
You need one in charge. You need one wife in charge.
HWIC all
If you
day.
had one wife in charge and running the underwives.
Like the general manager of the household.
They need to fear you like some
extent.
sort of like
a sheik.
David Koresh or
Okay.
sheik. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, like a sheik
that's
or
the
a-
only way it works.
Well, David Koresh is a white sheik.
yeah.
He's a white sheik.
They have like the Mormon it's like where there's one dude and there's like a lot of wives. They're
Like a
subservient.
Warren Jeffs.
to
that's
you.
a
Yeah,
terrible
I think
example.
that we
That's
see
a terrible example.
when I start thinking about having 2 wives, I think that the problems cancel each other out, right? Like, I don't really want to go shopping with you. Go with the other wife. But what happens
Didn't think
is
about
they end
that.
up both being mad at you while they out shopping because you ain't with them or whatever. So now you have multiple problems. I mean, I'm speaking out of experience, and I surely am not. But these are the things that we think of before we jump into those type of things. And I salute D-Ray for, being a pioneer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I
showing
think
us
he's
what
still
it's
doing
like.
it too. That's another reason I brought it up is that
it could be
apparently
awesome.
he
Lead the way.
Apparently he puts work into it, right? Because
You
you
got
can't
to.
say he doesn't because it's still
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah,
So there's your
know.
proof.
And it's different between having a girlfriend that you got a girlfriend with, having 2 equally structured women that get both the same amount of attention, not where one came into the relationship afterwards. Yeah, there's a lot that goes into. So I can't wait to read that book, D-Ray.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
There will be an ending.
But on paper, it's awesome.
Yeah, it sounds
oh my
awesome.
God, you should see the photos.
Because you have,
I mean, it is awesome, brother. Like,
Yeah, but that's why they was mad that morning, little Gandalf.
yeah,
because
there was some anger in that when they were in here. It wasn't like they were fighting, but there was a tension when they were sitting out there on the couch, and you could tell it.
Yeah.
Like you could tell.
I
or at
don't
least
pick
I
up
thought-
emotions, so I don't
at least
know,
I
no.
thought it was.
Well, I mean, you
Yeah.
think somebody gonna have to get the short end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? In the morning, you know what I mean. So the other one gonna be a little upset, and they probably gonna frustrate it. They gonna voice it. You can't always give it both equally the whole entire time. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, sounds like D-Ray may have had a sesh that did not necessarily pan out
Yeah.
to everybody's satisfaction.
You're married. You're
I
married.
am.
You are
I-
married. You're
I-
married.
I
We're all
hope so.
married here. I just
Indeed.
went to a buddy's wedding.
Mm.
Let me ask you about this. Weddings have changed. Our buddy Paul from West End Trading Company, he got married, and we went to his wedding. It's the first wedding of this kind I've ever been to. Open bar, awesome, beautiful wedding. It's at this place called, what is it called? Happy. Something Happy All the Time Farms or something like Feel Good Farms. There we go.
Whoa.
It's at Feel Good Farms. And it certainly was Feel Good Farms because when you walk up to the open bar, you had your choice of either a mimosa bar, unlimited, whatever you wanted, these fancy-ass, really good mimosas, or you could pick from different strands of marijuana, and they would just have pre-rolls ready to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they would just,
That's awesome.
here you are, sir, with some matches, here's your pre. I've never seen anything like it.
Wow.
Like, and I will tell
I bet
you.
they do it in California.
Yeah, and they probably are doing it for forever, but I will tell you, other than having to explain about the smell to my daughter, because she was there, and there were a lot of kids, the vibe of the wedding was the most chill wedding I've ever been to. Everybody was just like sitting back, listening to like really good music. It was a good vibe. It was awesome.
Did you even have to explain? Because it's just like cigarette, weed. It's you don't know what the difference.
The chat room is asking how is that legal. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have talked about that.
I wrote down. Let's not talk about it.
I don't blow up his spot.
Delta 9. It's Delta 9.
Well, I mean,
you're right.
I was handing it out. I was handing it out.
And by the way, Delta 9 is weed and is legal.
Yeah.
We are in the talks with a
like
seltzer company that sells it on the shelves.
And that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, I know people gets a bad rap, and anything can, right? Everything in moderation. But in this case, I thought it added to the day. Like, everything, it made the tension of the entire day automatically, we were on like a 3. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was ready.
Are you the same person after you intake? Or are you a different person?
More quiet.
Yeah, much more quiet or noticeably quiet?
No.
Because I completely transform to a completely different person.
Gotcha.
If I inadvertently or advertently partake. And so I don't know if I would have remembered any of that. You know what I'm saying? If I could keep it real. So salute to you.
It's a microdose. It's all about you
it's
get
not
so
a lot.
high you can't even function.
Yeah, I'm sure
you're
that
like,
some people, could get.
And I mean, how at this particular place that we're not speaking about, like, I mean, there's kids.
Oh yeah.
Well, if you do think about it, like, first, Dan, we're talking about Delta 9
they can't imbibe. I mean, like,
but it's the same as alcohol. It's like as far as like,
you can buy it at Total Wine. You can buy it at Bed Bath & Beyond. You can buy it anywhere.
Listen, I was just gonna say that's an easy way to keep the kids quiet. You know
yeah, but I mean, like, no. But like, obviously, like, kids, it was an open bar, not for children. But like, it was.
You know what I want to talk about?
Why not?
And I know some listeners.
Most ain't nothing but orange juice.
This has happened to some listener of ours where their kid got a hold of their
gummies.
chocolate.
It's gonna be hard to get
gummy.
somebody to go on record to talk about that.
And because I want to know what they did. Because there's no, they're not going to overdose. There's nothing negative that's going to happen to them. Do they take them? They're like, but your wife is screaming. Like, do you tell your kid like something to write it out? Like you gave him some other medication, like I gave you some Benadryl. You may feel weird. Don't worry, it's fine. Because all you're trying to subside is the panic attack. Then it could happen, and that's the worst thing.
Are we trying to solve if we've accidentally? So we've accidentally we've accidentally poisoned our child.
Okay, it's not poison.
Well, we've
poison assumes that it's somehow going to negatively affect
How old
them.
is the child?
Let's say 5.
Okay.
Oh, 5. Okay, 5. We're going on an adventure. Okay.
Boy or girl?
I don't know why it matters, but let's say boy.
Okay, I'm just painting a picture.
I feel like at 5, they're the
He's
same
in there
thing.
rooting around.
A passage to manhood, this is, son. That every man goes through. Everybody in our family has experienced this. And when you get on the other side of this, there will be differences in your body, son. And I just want you to understand that this is what we do. This is how it happens.
We have somebody that might call in who has a 6-year-old, and they're willing to go on record and talk about it.
Okay, because I know it's happened.
Definitely, and we know this person. I mean, if she's willing to call in, we'll
because the kid freak. Because we had this conversation. I was camping this weekend.
Well,
with
the
my
kid would
friends.
only freak out if the kid has anxiety anyway. Like Maisie,
Not necessarily.
if I told her that I gave her just something as simple as I gave you the wrong medicine, she's gonna.
Oh
flip
yeah. Well,
her
don't.
shit.
That's what I'm saying. You don't.
I can't tell her that.
And you can't not mention anything because they'll be like, I feel weird. You know what I'm saying? And then so you have to explain in a.
Why can't you mention anything?
You can. You can handle
don't
it the
be-
way
Why
you want.
can't
This
you
is
be a
a
grown-ass
hypothetical.
You don't want to
man
tell
and
your goddamn teacher.
Why
like,
not?
My dad
do
left
like-
his weed
Yeah, but
candies.
it's legal.
It's honest.
It's legal. You have
Why
your
are
medical
you in my
recommendation.
No, the
Anyway.
goddamn child protective services will come down on you.
Nah, bro. Listen.
Dude,
if
it could happen. Like
the
I don't
child
want them
protective
goddamn
services
government.
come over
Yeah, but
because
you don't.
your kid
You don't
went
work
into-
in cuts.
Yeah.
You work in absolutes.
Listen. At the
Yeah,
day,
but you don't want to tell them.
I am too grown to be hiding my habits at this age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm gonna tell a little story, but not tell too much. Like, okay,
Yeah.
so we do stand up and I do all that, and so sometimes I'll take a little bit of a drink, and I may not necessarily want to get rid of it, so I'll save it in like a Minute Maid or like a Gatorade, bottle or something, right? Like if you have like a little something before time.
Yeah.
And so if I ain't finished it, then I'll put it in the fridge. I got like a little fridge in my man cave, and I'll just keep it in there.
Makes
And
sense.
so, maybe it may or may not have happened once or twice where, one of the daughters may have went in there thinking it was just Gatorade. and was like, what is this? And I'd be like, that's my drink. Stay out of my stuff.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So I don't think, there's any reason for us to do anything other than that. And I don't think that DCF has anything to say but get me.
No, well, that's an accident, and a little sip of some vodka is not going to cause you to freak out for 5.5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, if your gummy shouldn't either. Like, you tighten up, man. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're 5 now. Like, you're not 2 anymore.
Look at that body weight. It'd be like us taking a 100 milligram
and it's
gummy.
not the kid's fault. It's like each gummy is 100 milligrams because I'm a psycho.
No,
they're
no, it's
tasty.
10.
Yeah.
Everything's
No,
10
I'm talking about
nowadays.
me.
Well, actually, you get a 50.
I'm talking about me. I don't do no 10s. I did 10s in 2014. 2014, I did 10s.
50s is the highest pill you can get. But every chocolate's in a 10.
You don't like exaggerating for comedy anymore, and it's not fun. This guy's not fun anymore. He has to get serious Sam
I
over
was about
here.
to say, like, what if this makes your kid the most exciting, adventurous, the funniest kid for, like, the first hour, and you can't even share it with nobody because you know.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. I'm sure it's that. We had a listener.
We have a listener on the line. This is Sprinkles is on the line. Sprinkles, thanks for calling. That's a fake name, obviously. So tell us what happened. What did you do, Sprinkles?
Just got the voice.
Well, I really don't care. It's Kara. So
okay, all right.
All righty, secrets.
A lot of BDMs have even met my kids. So just for the record, obviously I have been a longtime stoner. I've made tons of brownies, and at one point, my youngest, I turned my head and he was on the counter, and I turned around and he just had taken the spoon of brownie batter and just had chocolate all over his face, and I thought, well, shit, let's see what happens. And he was, I'd say 5 or 6, and I have a very funny photo of him where he was just pantless, passed out on the couch. He just took a really long nap.
Okay.
And it was no big deal. And then also...
Hold on, Kara.
But also, yeah.
Okay, this is what I wondered. Okay, so because I had this conversation with all my friends, and then we were talking about what everybody would do if it's accidentally
ingested. Did anybody
ingested.
scare you with what they would do? Like, did
No.
anybody say anything shocking?
No, like some people are like, I'd have to. Some moms are
Poison
like,
control.
or like I'd have to take them to the hospital because I'd freak
Well, that's
out.
the
or
last
whatever.
thing I would do.
And because they're like, and then other moms are super afraid that like their kid would freak out and not understand what's happening to them. And I'm like, wait a minute, but that's what you have to avoid. You should give them a heads up, like, hey, you may feel a little weird, and then let them write it out in a peaceful manner.
Here it comes. Let me put this gorilla mask on.
And then some people said that they'll freak out no matter what, 100%. And I'm like, I don't think so. I think if you didn't have any reason to freak out, that you would just ride the
well,
lightning.
if you just fell asleep, then you wouldn't freak
or
out.
fell asleep.
That's the best case scenario.
Those are the best.
Go ahead.
Listen, I know what my brownies are. A lot of people do know. I know he didn't eat like a full brownie. He just had a spoonful. I didn't worry about it. Also, my kids they've been around it their entire life. I've never hidden the fact that I'm a stoner. It's normal to them. So, and that also goes, I will say this, I also do have an adult child at this point. And, she's 21 now, and I have no fear of her getting blackout, wasted, drunk in college because that's not her vibe, because she grew up with me. So I felt comfortable with them always and just being open and honest about it. And when my oldest was, maybe around 14 or 15, and, some people might, disagree with this, but, when she had some cramps or stuff, I'm like, hey, you know what? Eat half of this brownie and see if it makes you feel better. And guess what?
You're admitting too much, Karen.
You're out of control, lady.
We called you Sprinkles, goddammit. You should have just gone with it. I just wanted to know what happened.
I'm just sitting here watching
Quit
Tom's...
incriminating yourself with all this shit. I get my kids weed every day now.
Stop it. Listen.
This is my address.
No.
Come get me, dude.
What you won't do
I
is
put it in their
diminish.
lunch.
What I won't let y'all do is diminish the superior parenting that Kara is demonstrating for us right now. So, Kara, I don't want to get too personal, but you giving us all these tips. I just want to know, what's your social, what's your address so that the people in the audience can know who it is.
Kara, all right. I just wanted to,
we wanted to know what happened and then just fall asleep. That makes sense.
Did your 5-year-old say anything? Did they say, I feel weird, Mom?
Or do they hate you now that you poisoned them?
No. And I don't even think well, you know what? Actually, I did have this conversation with him. I did tell him about this.
Oh, God.
I showed him the photo of him
This
passed
is you
out.
with your penis out.
And
you're high. You're high as hell with your dick out.
But did they just fall us?
I'm your mother.
All right,
This is a photo of you with your penis out, and you're high.
At the young age of...
It was just passed out, like, on the couch. And it was just his butt, not his
That's fair.
When I try to find the truth, I'd never find it.
Kara, can I ask you something?
Why is it that I can't find it?
Since we being so open, Kara.
I hung up on her. Call back, Kara. Call back.
No, it's fine. Don't call back. We need to take a break.
Let's take that break. I was just wondering, like, what that first experience was like. She shared with her daughter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. About the cramps.
This is why I'm so frustrated because no questions were answered.
Right.
I didn't get any question that I wanted. Yeah, like because I wanted.
It actually made it worse for you. Right?
I want to know the details. Like, oh shit, I panicked about them eating the THC, and then I wanted to, like, did the kids start saying like, "Mom, I feel weird"? Like, they just fell asleep on the couch. Nothing.
Because
if they didn't even mention it, I mean, that's weird, right? For a kid
she told him and showed him the photo.
That was later on, though. I was like, they didn't mention it?
Did they have, like, the actual effects? Did they get hella hungry? Did she start, like, writing rap songs?
No, he just
saying
that
crazy stuff when they high, like, Mom.
And maybe at 5, but at like 8 or 10.
She said he was watching cartoons and passed out on the couch. He was watching SpongeBob and fell asleep with his pants off.
But
that's actually what I do. Like, when I was high and living alone before I got married, like, I would watch cartoons and fall asleep with my pants off.
So,
like, high. Like,
the pants part.
So, well, you just, like, like you're going to take a shower and you forget.
Did the kid just think they were tired?
Probably.
I guess at 5.
Yeah.
But if at 10... Like, they would mention
kids,
something like, hey, I feel weird, right? Or,
maybe. I don't think you would. Are you observant enough as a young Tom Van, as a non-observant as you are?
You took a bunch of THC,
but would you say it?
I would think I was poisoned in some way. Like
I don't think so. I think you just be, I'm tired, and just lay and just go to sleep.
Yeah. You wouldn't know.
How many kids are just sitting at dinner, and they're tired, and they'll literally just put their face down on the
tired,
mac and
but you get a different tired feeling than if, like, you took a lot of THC.
Do you know how much...
You don't? You feel the same? You don't feel it?
I mean, like, I just think for somebody who doesn't notice or feel anything, for you to say that at the age of 10 you would have been dialed in with your feelings enough to know that something other than sleep was altering how you feel, I don't believe that.
Mother, what is this strange feeling over me?
I feel like I'm levitating, Mommy.
Like, Mother, what is this? Like, come on, bro. You know your mom probably used to put that whiskey in your gums, too, and that never did. You don't remember nothing like that.
I think my mom did do that for me.
Yeah, man. Come on. Our parents used to put all kind of poison in
I don't think you can feel it. I think you would just
man.
be like, oh, I'm getting sleepy.
I mean, weed ain't the only poison, and I don't even think that's poison, honestly. It's just a plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, all them other things they putting in you, like Risperdal and Klonopin and all that other and whatever the stuff is you do for the young folks. Come on, man. Like this is healthy.
Let me ask you this: can your sons actively feel when they drink a soda?
Oh
no.
You're like,
but that's poison.
You know, like
5 or 20 milligrams of sugar.
Yeah,
is different than
like
20 milligrams of THC.
Like,
you're gonna feel it. You're gonna be like,
no,
whoa.
but caffeine. Like Maisie drinks like a full 20-ounce. You know, like what is that? A 16-ounce Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. I mean, that's a lot of caffeine for a child.
A lot of ingredients.
She never comes to me and says like, I feel nuts. You know.
Well, of course, the caffeine's gonna the THC is what, like 100 times.
But what we're talking about, we're not talking about potency. We're talking about feelings.
Feelings.
And what you can feel. So you're trying to attach feelings to potency, and I'm just saying that based on you giving us proof of you not noticing or feeling things, I don't think that a young Tom Van would be like, I'm high.
I don't know.
I don't think any kid would.
They wouldn't say a high, but they would be, I feel weird.
Feel
like you would tell your parents.
I don't think so.
You wouldn't think you feel weird?
No, I don't think you would.
Very naked, because I still
Have you ever
can't
taken
forget that
an
part.
edible?
I take them all the time.
Yo, how come none of y'all ask how come there wasn't no pants on the child? Like that just floated
Well, 'cause
over
it
y'all. Like that
feels
was
better
nothing.
when you're
Like
high
that
to
was
take your
just
pants
normal
off.
to y'all. Just,
White kids don't wear
he's
pants.
He passed out on the couch, and the unnormal part is that he is just like, where's his pants? Like, put some pants on the bull.
Trashy white kids.
And why did you take a picture of them? Why are moms always taking pictures of their sons without the pants on and showing them to them when they older, as if we didn't know we had that thing when we was that young? We trying to forget about all that, man. Tighten up, mom.
That's definitely a white thing. For
God,
sure.
leave Kara.
Let's take a
I
break.
mean, you know.
Yeah.
And when we come back, I think I figured out something that is stupid, but we all thought was happening, and I'm like, there's no way this is happening anymore. It has to do with the NFL losing team Super Bowl shirts.
Oh,
because
in my country.
I saw him. Yeah, I think that's bullshit. I don't think that happens at all anymore.
We'll dip into it in a second. The name of the band is Little Image Shoegaze. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. Vince Taylor's here. The real Vince Taylor on Instagram.
Yeah, man.
The new Blurred Order podcast.
That's right.
Where any podcasts are heard. Vince and how many other people are
Bro,
on?
it's like 9 of us. We like Wu-Tang, bro. Deep, you know what I'm saying?
How many other black people are on your show?
I didn't say it like
It
that.
almost went to how many others are there?
in total? The here.
Well, I see you on Instagram, and there's a lot of little windows.
How many windows we got there?
That's the real thing. But shout out to my hood, Orchid Estates out there. APK, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Kelly Park, we outside. Let's do it.
All right.
Tom just said that. You just said that, right?
Yeah. How is Orchid Estates? I feel like some people that might end up there thought that they were going someplace that.
It's hood.
First question. Where are the orchids?
There's a lot of old grannies, old white grannies that were disappointed.
Look, don't sleep
Orchid
on Orchid
Estates.
Estates. Orchid Estates is hood, bro. We got a dude that busts his gun like every Monday and Tuesday. He's like a whole gun ranch. I don't know. It's like a shooting ranch or something in his backyard.
Shooting
and
ranch.
Like we're in the suburbs. We're like in the suburbs. There's a park at the front of our suburbs. We got like Christmas lights and trees. We got like swings. But every Monday is pop, 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 boom. And I ain't talking about like little pedal guns like in Harlem Nights. I'm talking about like guns that probably could hit another continent, like cannons from Caribbean, from Pirates of the Caribbean. Like there's a lot of noise. I literally have to cut up my music all the way just to not hear it.
You know what's weird now is that there's a whole group of people, normally white people, but I see it in the hood now too. I'm seeing like all people they carry long guns, and then they're like, no, I'm just carrying this to keep everyone else safe. You know what? They'll just stand. They'll stand in the front of they'll be standing in the front of a movie theater, like, no, I'm keeping you safe.
Wow.
All different color. Everybody's out there just standing with their guns.
The Guardian
And you know what?
Angels?
I will tell you, it makes me feel pretty safe.
I don't know, bro. If I went to the West Coast Mall,
I'm like, the craziest person here is you, and you have a gun. You understand?
yeah, bro. If I went to see my daughter play a soccer game and the Punisher is sitting outside to protect me, with his, I'm cool on that, homeboy. Nah, I'm cool.
It's weird.
Unless he had an English accent.
Oh, you look mad. What are you mad about?
No. I saw and this is maybe people have already.
I think they can step in at the 11th hour.
And maybe they didn't. They just that came to their attention because it became.
I'm arguing an
news
assumption. I'm just telling you.
And so now, and then I was thinking, I was like, wait a minute, like I have heard and this is the big criticism with like Tom's shoes and stuff, and like that impoverished nations don't necessily need T-shirts. They need clean water and medicine. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
and it's like, and there's because we make so many
Filtration
garments
systems.
and stuff, and there's so much T-shirts out there that people donate. I mean, we're lousy with donated T-shirts. Like they can't give them away. There's fucking a million of them. So no one needs it because we've overproduced so many that it's not like there are people like, all we need is T-shirts. Like they have 1,000 other problems. T-shirts are the last one.
Yeah. But it stays on paper because, Tracy in our Twitch chat room was like, well, they're still, according to this, X amount of websites, they're still doing it. And like, yeah, of course they're telling you they still do it.
Yes, and me and Daniel were talking about this
We
morning.
still
they incinerate them.
Yeah,
they
I think
fucking
they do.
incinerate
I think
them.
they
They don't
incinerate
donate them because think about it. If they did, like everybody has the internet now for the most part. Like even if it's a village far enough that no one has a cell phone and connect to the internet, there's some next door that has, someone has the ability to connect to the internet. And if these shirts were valuable, which they are, because what made me think about this, and I was like, okay, the Chiefs three-peat shirt that they printed. That's, you know how many Chiefs fans would love that shirt? They'd pay $100 a shirt for it.
But it's not true.
Our buddy Ryan in the
they
chat
love
room.
that.
Well, no, like I'm my horrible team. I mean, I would have the most infamous Super Bowl T-shirt of all time in Atlanta Falcons. What?
Everybody
like the old Patriots comeback shirt
Fans would love buying
I
those.
mean it when I say this. And if you are a Falcons fan in the chat room and you get mad at me for saying this, that's okay. I would buy one.
But just for the novelty.
I would buy the shirt.
It is a novelty.
I would buy it.
But it's so fake, bro. Like, you're going to really
Well, I'm not buying it because I think it's real. I'm buying it. I'm not UCF. I don't think it's a real championship. I'm buying it because
it's the
it
shirt they
hurts
printed
so bad, and it's a real printed shirt, and I'm just going to tuck it away for posterity.
But does it hurt? It doesn't hurt. You're lying to yourself.
No,
when
it
you
hurts.
put it on, you're
I'm not
making
gonna wear
yourself
it.
feel like there was a chance,
I'm not
and
gonna
there
wear
wasn't
it.
more chance.
I'm not going to wear it.
But it's more like a joke shirt that it's an interesting talking piece. People would see that, the champions, and be like, wait a minute. And they're like, I got this from the shirts that they printed. And people are like, oh, shit, this is cool.
I sort of changed my tune. I was mad at Bill Belichick's girlfriend for wearing that shirt she had in Atlanta. Like I think it was a novelty one. I don't think it was a real one, but she wore it. And what made me mad about her wearing it is she's not old enough to wear that. You were 16. No, I'm not kidding. This is my opinion. You were 16 years. You were 15 or 16 years old when that happened. I know for a fact you didn't fucking watch football.
Man, you cannot.
You're out, lady.
Nah,
no,
bro,
you don't get to wear that. Somebody should
people for
have
wearing
ripped
shirts.
it off her back and beat her to death with it.
Use a wild boy. My question is, does this only apply to sports? Like, can I have, Kamala 2024? You know what I'm saying? Like, can I have?
If they printed the
shirt,
shirt,
if they had that.
Can I have a we lost
that.
the war type thing? Like, I mean, where does it end? Does
you mean like you're. Like I bought these Confederate statues.
Yeah, I mean, well, that is a thing. There's something that happens.
That's what you're saying.
Exactly.
Yeah, they will sell.
They don't sell.
You want to be rich?
I can take you to a place right now.
So
this immediately.
So this all led me to this assumption, right? And this is why I'm mad at it, because like I went down the line of thought of like, all right, they can't actually first, no one wants donated shirts. There's no need for it. And second, there's no way to donate them deep enough where they wouldn't get out on the internet somehow.
I like a deep donation.
You know what I'm saying? Like where like someone wouldn't realize they're worth something.
Oh, they're being tracked. I would imagine that the people that incinerate them are probably asked to stash a couple aside, and they don't.
I think,
you know what I mean? Like everything is compromised these days. I think. Personally, I think that. So the guy that takes them and puts them in the incinerator, whoever's in charge of that, there's a potential to get those shirts, and he's got it on lock. He won't do it, but he won't do it.
There's no loss prevention in that department.
But it's still, but they're still being perpetuated that they donate them, which is for sure. I don't think true anymore.
I don't.
But why not sell them for charity or something? Because all that team could sell those shirts to the highest bidder, and their fan base would buy the shit out of them.
And I figured this out. I figured this out too because
tens of thousands of dollars.
Something as a real and I'm giving you another compliment. It's like a real sports fan. Like I know you're not going to budge on this. You'd have to differentiate on the shirt, right? Because it's fake. Like Vince has been saying, it's not real.
Right.
Why would you buy something? So you do something to it. You put a special tag on it. Are you just a loser of the front of it? But it still would sell. It would still sell for charity. 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I would buy one.
Or for their own profit.
I would buy one because I was not a part of that Super Bowl, and I love my Falcons so much I would buy one. Matt Ryan, just to celebrate Matt a little bit, I'd buy one right now.
I don't like it. I
like that you don't like it.
That feeling.
We don't have any counterparts on the show.
Okay.
Counterpoints on the show.
it.
It's nice to have somebody not like our ideas.
It's interesting because that feeling must be the thing that I can't understand why people don't do it. Because the fact that you don't like it tells me, because I was sitting here confused of why did they perpetuate this lie that they donated to some village in Africa? Obviously, they don't do it anymore because there's no
Christine brings up a good point too. She's like, let me see what you think about this. She's like, it's a tax break for them, right? any donations that they do that seemingly have now fallen to the
Hold on, but
wayside, do they get some help?
Christina, you don't buy tax breaks. You said he wanted to sell the
Tax
shirts.
break, Christina. Come
What
on.
did you talk about, man?
No, she says
they have the
I'll read
best-
exactly
You selling
what-
the
hold on.
shirts, bro. You
Hold on.
can't sell bootlegging shirts and call it a charitable contribution.
Before you
No,
already know she's wrong, let me read the entire thing she said. Tom doesn't seem to understand that the act of donating isn't for the donee. It's for
Thank
the
you.
donor to make money back in the form of tax breaks. When you're not paying taxes on the production of the product, you just
Exactly.
shrug and claim it as a loss and make back more money.
Yeah.
But I understand that's how tax. But they have $1 million accountants on every one of these teams. They already claim the maximum tax amount deductible. It doesn't matter what there's 100 T-shirts. They don't
She's
need
just
that
giving you
shit.
an answer, man.
They're already doing so much charity. They already can do. They do the max. Like the 100 or the 500 T-shirts that they're printing. It's not gonna matter what their fucking taxes. These teams are worth $5 billion. Like this is they don't care about 500 T-shirts.
My thing is enough sending the goddamn shirts to Africa. We got enough shirts. Like, can you send it to another? Can we get them to Australia? Put them on some animals. I want to
No one
see
needs
some
shirts.
Bill shirts
So, like-
on a dingo.
no
I
one
want to
needs
see kangaroos running around with 3-piece shirts on.
Hey, we're not going to go in circles anymore, but her counterpoint to that would be, I like how Tom argues when I literally go through this with my company as well. We make billions in profit, and yet we still seek breaks. Come on, man.
Yeah, but
So she's saying that no matter how much you're saving, you're still going to continue seeking breaks. You don't
there's
just
a max
decide,
amount.
but you don't just decide to not to seek the breaks.
Yeah, but
even if you've hit the max amount.
Well, then it would be pointless. Like you're doing it for tax breaks. Like you've already claimed the maximum amount. Your tax breaks 500 shirts or 4. It could be 100. Who knows? Like it
Yeah,
could
I don't
be
think
just
it's a
15.
lot.
You know,
I
it's
don't
just
think
a
it's a lot
small,
of shirts.
minuscule thing.
So are you trying to sell the bulk of the shirts? Or are you selling them individually?
I think you'd have to sell them individually.
Yeah,
So,
just
like,
online to the fans.
So
the fans would
each
buy them.
fan is buying a shirt that says that they team won when it lost. Meanwhile, there's legitimate shirts out there that show that the Eagles won. And how bad they gonna get when they see these stupid ass shirts when they walking through the mall with somebody wearing them and they misrepresenting what actually happened?
The
But
loser shirts would sell more than the winner shirts.
Yes,
Yeah.
because it's a novelty.
think
That's what I'm
so?
saying. People
Yeah.
want the
Come on,
novelty.
man. Nah, bro.
They do want the novelty
Everything's
Nah,
upside down
bro.
these days.
Nah,
No, people
bro.
want it.
because they know
We
it's
is
not
not.
true.
People, we got
It's-
ladies online selling their panty air.
Well,
You know what I mean? Like we got women online that are selling their. It's not even their panties.
Yo.
It's just like the air that was in my panties.
is that a charitable contribution?
That's a real thing. You can write that off.
The coach hair. Yo, all right, that's nasty. But yeah, but I don't like the idea, Tom. I don't dig it. I don't think it works.
And that's the feeling I'm looking for. The fact that you
Yeah.
don't like it, that tells me that's why people wouldn't like it and they'd be like put off by it. So the whole
Yeah.
team's like, let's
It's
keep up the
icky.
ruse that we give them to a village in Africa and then burn them.
Yeah,
because
well-
that's what they're doing. That's game. I would bet money right now that they're just destroying those shirts.
I think
They're
they're
not
destroying
donating
them, yeah.
because they would end up in the internet, and one did, and after that one did, I think the NFL's like, no more.
I want that though. Don't destroy them. If you're gonna make them, don't sell them. Just give them away. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Well, they could
can't.
sell them though.
Well, why sell them?
For
Like they go to
charity.
the
And
trash.
here we go again.
Oh my
Sorry,
God.
I'm in the mood today that,
Why are you in
that
a mood?
people don't like.
Why are you in a mood? Want to talk about it?
Yeah.
No. No, I'm just in there where I can't take the
Adderall.
No, when someone's like, "This is the reason why," and I'm like, "No, it's not." I can't go. I can't just let it go. Which I should.
You're
do.
probably no. You
Yeah,
got something
man.
on your
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
But I do think it would be cool to get you a 3-piece shirt. I mean,
I don't want it.
No, you gotta get
If
it,
the
bro.
Dolphins lost the
And
Super Bowl, I
don't give
would
a
want
damn.
their fake championship
I'm finna
shirt.
find it. I'm finna get it for you, and I'm gonna have it next
Well,
time I pull up.
I can make one. That's the thing too. It's easy to make anything.
People-
you
Well, then
want
why
on
don't
a
you
shirt.
sell them for charitable contributions then? Shoot, let's do it.
I don't want the one I make. I want the one they printed. You see what I'm saying? Because that's why it's valuable.
And here we
see?
go again.
Anyway, all right, I'll be done. So I brought the orb to my son's mud walk tomorrow. That's why we're doing
Yes!
this shirt.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because
I'm glad Vince knows about the mud
I'm
walk.
so geeked about this.
it's cold as shit tomorrow morning.
Yes.
And then
Colder than today, right? Like a little bit colder.
Well, I say cold as shit. If for Florida, it's cold.
Yeah, I'm
It'll
about to
be
say.
like probably the 50s. I don't know. I think we
Yeah.
do it in the morning,
Yeah.
and the high is only 65 tomorrow.
Yes.
So it'll be like 55, which is like, if 55 degrees in Florida, like you're not like,
That's
hey,
a
let's
snow
go
day.
walk in the water and mud.
No, you
know,
don't.
like,
You don't do any of that.
But I do like it because I feel like it's going to make us all tougher because it's going to be harder.
How many kids?
I don't know. I think it's the whole 5th grade.
Don't look at me. I'm not
Now,
going.
did you do this? Did you do
Yeah,
the mud?
I
So
did
you're
the
a-
mud. When I moved down here from St. Louis, like I think in the 5th grade. So it was one of the first things I did. And it was so foreign to me because I couldn't swim at the time. And they talk about wear 2 layers of sweats so that you can walk through some mud. Now, at the time, I didn't know what the heck was to expect, but man, it's like walking through a pet cemetery. You're walking on dead snakes and alligators. You don't know what it is underneath this mud, and they just say, keep walking, keep walking. Some of it's slippery, some of it's thicker, and you were this young dude trying to get through this Indiana Jones maze, and there's nobody there to like walk you through with the hand. You just gotta make. I mean, I don't know how it is now, but back then they just say walk on through.
That was
And you
before
just had to
parent
just trust
chaperone.
yourself.
Now there's
Yeah.
plenty of there's
Okay.
a chaperone every 10 feet.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
like-
how many
nah,
put there?
not that with
Yeah.
me. It was literally Atari's pitfall for me, bro. Like you was just go through, hope that you don't get snapped in half by something that's underneath the mud, bro. It was crazy.
Are you learning like about Florida, like
Yeah.
agriculture?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah, but you ain't paying attention. You 5th grade, man.
Yeah, you just want to get in the mud,
Yeah,
right?
man, you just
you
wanna
just
get
want to
down
walk
there.
around in there.
Crystal, I guess there's a dry day. Crystal's on now. That she's literally on,
Yeah.
like they do a dry
Every
day
day's
and a
dry
wet
day
day.
with my wife, I'll tell you that.
Hey-oh.
Now, and then I see lots of BDMs talk about like I did this in the 80s and I did this in like you know. So I think it goes far back as like late 70s. They started
Yeah,
doing this.
it's one of those things that like I was like, well, this sounds kind of cool, but Volusia County, we did not do it. And born and raised, and I've heard of it. I've heard tons of people talk about the mud walk.
Yeah.
It's weird they did it in Seminole County and then Orange County. You heard, but not Volusia.
Volusia is more redneck than Orange. We
Okay,
should-
no, I know.
I'm like kind of pissed off. Like we're the mud walkers.
And then the
man.
schools pick and choose,
Yeah.
like because Crystal did
I
some
look
version
like
of
look
this.
at my beard. I look like a mud walker.
Yeah, you definitely look like you live at Bike Week.
Yeah, man.
But the thing is, like in Volusia County, did y'all ever take field trips?
Yeah, we did. We
Did
went.
y'all
to,
cross St. John's when you
We
did?
had good ones. Yeah, we had great field trips. Yeah. I know you're throwing shade, but we go, we would go to D.C.
DC,
We went to Washington D.C. overnight.
the state? I mean, the District of Columbia?
Yeah.
How?
We visited the nation's capital. We went to the White House.
Nah, man. You mean like you mean Madame Toussaint's?
No, we went. We drove
the Wax
from-
Museum?
We took buses.
What?
Yeah.
No, hold on. Oh, so this is a bougie field trip where you
it
had to
wasn't
pay.
though. I mean, you did have to pay, but like
Everybody in the class didn't
It
go.
was
select
DeLand
few.
Middle. DeLand Middle School. We went to Washington D.C.
Wow.
It was cool.
Nah, we didn't do that.
We didn't do
bro.
mud walk though. We did. Andrea said this last time she was in here. We did this thing called the Pioneer Art Settlement, which I guess is the closest we had to the mud walk, and it was like a bunch of older men and women that had constructed like a village of settlers, and you would go into the settlers' village, and then there'd be like a woman that would teach you like the loom, and then there'd be like an old man that would teach you how to like churn butter. And then there'd be like a farmer, you know, like different, like
educational
traditional Florida agriculture.
And I know it's all educational, and I'll learn more tomorrow when I go on it because I'm sure it's like learning about Florida, old Florida, and like nature and stuff.
Sounds
but
cool.
but then there's an element of like, hey, we're gonna walk through because you could have picked a trail without mud, right? So my question is, like, did the original place just happen to have mud? And then they were like, well, we'll walk through it. And then it became that. Did they
This is pretty
intend?
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
You know, we could sell this.
did they build the field trip around the fact that they're going to be walking through waist deep mud? Because it's not ankle deep. It's like these kids are. My
Yes.
sister did it like a couple of years ago, and she sent me pictures, and she's like, it's like the kids are up to their waist, and sometimes their stomach in mud, like deep as
Neck.
fuck.
Yeah.
And so, was that the original intention, or did it evolve into like they realize like, oh, all the kids enjoyed the mud part, so let's just focus everything around the mud.
Okay, so you could make a case.
Start with a trail.
You could make a case that they started with a trail, right, and then they did it like, let's say they did it a couple years and it was okay, but it wasn't that great.
Yeah, but
and then let's say the third time there was some mud, and then the kids like all they could talk about was the mud.
yes, yeah.
And then, right, yeah.
That's all I'm gonna figure out.
And then so like the next time they did it, let's say the fifth time, the janitor was like, "I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna wet the path because they like the mud."
Yeah.
Right, and then it became like we got to have the mud.
That's such a light way of thinking about it.
Okay, all right.
I feel like there's. I mean, Dan, you ain't walked in it, bro. Like,
no, I'm not a mudman. Yeah,
if you've seen the end scene of Poltergeist, where all those dead bodies in the pool, that's what it feels like you're walking on.
Yeah,
his deep ass mud.
I can't help but assume there may be a dead body or two.
Yeah,
in the mud walk.
So it's an Orange or Seminole County kid test, or what is it?
Well, I think that somebody put maybe a body in there and had to walk over to make sure couldn't nobody feel it. Was like, you know what? I can't feel it, but we might could market this thing. You know what I'm saying?
And do they go and somehow till the area to make a deeper and more mud before the kids? Because I've been in a lot of nature.
Shallow.
So you thinking like an outdoor pool?
Like on my birthday, we went over to Huntoon Island, right? And then we walked through it was flooded trails. It was mud, right?
We did like a mud walk.
But it never got to our waist.
Oh, it never got higher than about 3 inches of mud.
Because
it got slippery, but that's it.
Like and then I know this from like mud buggy, like mud. This is you've seen like Muddy Garage, like rednecks.
From afar,
they love going through mud.
Yeah, of course. I'm so familiar.
A lot of those
it's his favorite.
A lot of those mud pits they kind of artificially make deep and make because natural
they dredge them out.
Natural like just mud puddle holes are not going to be as thick and
well, take America dredges. Right down here
to make it bigger and more muddy.
Yeah, they go through there and they drag something through it and they dig it out.
So they have to do that for this mud walk, right?
I don't know.
Is there some employees that go out there
there's got to be some
county
preparation.
Listen, all I know is that you setting yourself up for a really good investigative journalist report for tomorrow.
I
want all the notes.
That guy, oh my God, that guy's gonna be standing there like, "Welcome to the mud walk," and you're gonna be asking him all these dumb questions.
So is there like a dead body? Like who did the first mud walk?
Do you drink this thing before the kids get in there?
By the way,
like, dude, it's for kids. Shut up.
And our listeners may think this. My wife hates that I question everything like this, and she's like, quit doing this. And she's like, it's so irritating. No one gives a fuck. Well, like, why are you questioning everything?
It's not.
And I'm like, you're not curious about how this started, or like, do they make it more muddy than it needs?
It's in doses, right? It's like question 85% of stuff.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
just take it,
give it an 85, and then like, but
no one else is curious.
No, everybody is, but some people they have an on-off switch. They stop. Occasionally, they get to a point where they're just like, it's okay if I don't know what's happening.
Damn all that time. I want to know every goddamn. Look, you better ask every damn question. I want to hear all of it. You're like the white Neil deGrasse Tyson. I want to hear each and every last.
That's how I describe myself.
Bring it on in. That's I can tell you look just like a white Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like I don't know why. That's what people say all the time.
He does. You know,
that's what people always say. I heard you on the radio with the dude that looks like a white Neil deGrasse Tyson. I heard you with that dude. It's like, yeah, that's him. That's Tom.
Although every time I try to speak in tiny like quotes that the media can use, I got nothing.
Well, get it right. Get it right.
I'm like, wait, do you hear this? And then I'm like, oh, got nothing.
Yo, let me ask you. Hold on, real quick.
He's more of a Mike deGrasse Tyson. It's a different intelligence level here.
I'll fight for money. Have some questionable.
The fifth grade mud walk.
I'll bite your fucking kids' ears out.
When was there the first mud walk?
Did you guys have to dredge out this fucking hole here?
If I'm losing, I will bite you.
Tommy, are you going in the mud?
Of course he is.
That's what I signed up for.
What are you wearing in the mud?
Okay, I'm glad because Tracy and my sister told me, you got to duct tape your shoes.
Tracy, I haven't even read all. Tracy's just being so mean to you in the chat room. I haven't even said one thing. I'm not going to do that because you are. I think you're a little in your field.
She knows I'm not listening when she tells me advice.
Yeah, I think you are very. I think he is very excited for tomorrow. and I can feel it, and I can feel the energy, and I'm not gonna tell you the stuff she said. She's being rude.
I'm just doing
Come on,
it.
Tracy.
So Tommy has a memory of like, oh, my dad went on the mud walk. So when I die, he can say like, oh, he did this with me. He must have cared.
Like he'll stand up there. Like you were at the wake for my father when I stood up in front of the church congregation.
Yeah.
And I delivered a wake for my dad. And I did tell good stories. So am I correct? I'm not making jokes right here. I just want to preface.
Yeah.
So you would be okay if Tommy got up there at whatever point and said, you know, one of the things I remember most is my dad was always doing whatever for me. And you know what? I'd like to point out that mud walk meant a lot to me.
Hell yeah.
And you know what? And he never got to ask him if they dredged out the bottom of that.
Yeah.
Here's
And I
the-
wish he had
No one ever knows.
Yeah, no one ever knows.
It drove him crazy. One day he killed himself.
He
because
died. He
couldn't
blew his
see
brains
him
out.
since.
He blew his brains out not knowing.
He couldn't understand why no one else is curious about these things, and he took it upon himself to end his thinking. And he's like, "What's the fastest way to end my brain thinking these
In the
things?"
suffering
Like, what was the
of
last
I'll
thing
put a
he
bullet
said?
through
He
it.
put a bullet in his head and he said, "Stay curious." He blew his head off.
Yeah, but he said
Question
it
everything.
he said it like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
He had his shirt on. He had his shirt on. He teased his hair out.
He tried to think of a super poignant quote that he couldn't think of it. He blew his brains.
On his tombstone is a question mark.
Oh
Anyway,
my God! You're excited though. I know you're excited about it, and you're going to be with your son's class. I've learned all of that.
Oh,
so you
man, I still want the wardrobe. What are we wearing? You didn't give us a
hey,
full-
okay,
what-
I'm
what
not going
shoes?
to tape my
What
shoes. I'm going to wear whatever.
Don't wear your little Dukes. Can you wear some goddamn regular long? Wear some long and ones.
The Dukes that so they can ride all up into the
he wears the little ones where you can see everything.
See, I don't,
appropriate for the kids.
Okay,
Yeah.
what I noticed is
Wear your
every other
long
parents,
end ones.
every other parents are wearing like 5 pairs of
Yes.
sweatpants and taping up their shoes. I need
pair of sweat. What are you, the strip club? I'll never
Yo,
wear
it's
5
like
pairs of
going
sweatpants.
into an airlock.
It's very important to me that I show everybody there that I'm not afraid of the mud. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Come-
Daisy Dukes
hey,
and headband.
Tom,
Yeah.
come already mudded.
Oh, like,
That's the best way to show people you're not afraid of mud.
I was already there this morning.
Yeah, pre-mud. I've already
This
been
is
out
my
there.
third mud walk
No, you're
today.
standing there.
Yeah, you're right. That's
And
good.
they come out.
Yeah, I come already pre-muddy.
They come out, and then you're standing there, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What took you so long?"
I get on the bus, muddy feet.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are amateurs.
Yeah. There's like, I was already in the mud
Yeah,
this
like you-
morning.
like you live out there.
Mud bag.
Yeah, I do
First
more.
time.
I do more at 3 a.m. than you do all day.
Yeah, what is this, your first mud walk today, pussy?
Yes. The whole chat room loves pre-mud.
Pre-mud is
That
it.
might be the best
Like,
idea.
I'm not duct taping my shoes.
No.
I'm not wearing.
No,
I don't even
don't
want to wear
wear
pants.
shoes. Don't wear
Whitey
shoes.
tighties.
No.
How about black?
They
How
want-
about black?
They
briefs?
make me wear pants, though. It said in the pamphlet.
Oh, man.
The pamphlet says you have to wear pants, you have to wear shoes. So
Okay.
that's I don't, So I don't want to go get because I don't want to do anything that's
I want
embarrassing
Walt
Tommy,
Whitman, bro.
or the kid. I don't want the teachers being like, "What the
Tank
hell
top.
are you doing?"
Tank top?
Heisenberg.
Tank top.
Well, it's gonna be cold.
Muscle shirt.
I don't really like the cold. You
Okay,
see what I'm saying? I'm not
t-shirt,
really tough. I
t-shirt,
just want to
t-shirt.
pretend.
And then your January
Boxers.
6th hat.
J6 all day.
Yeah, your J6
F your
horn
feelings.
hat.
F your feelings all
Yeah.
day.
Well,
And your MAGA socks all day, bro. With a shirt that says "I love my
Yeah.
church."
You can get away with the MAGA socks too. They won't see them. They won't see them. They're in the mud. It's like low key.
it just
Show up with it, and I want you jittery like. I want your jaw moving when you go. Y'all
What
ready
if-
for this walk? No, man. I want you to sprint through it, bro.
What if you
I want you
showed
to
up-
cannonball into the mud walk.
What if you're dressed as Trump? They show up.
I wear a suit, full
Yeah,
suit.
full suit, baggy suit.
with the blue suit.
A big baggy suit. And a beautiful mud. Look at this mud.
Loafers.
And then you do the thing. You're like, this mud is both cold
I have
and
the best
hot.
mud walks.
It's both hot and cold. Some say it's hot, some say it's cold. They'll never know.
Castleberry has the best mud.
Castleberry's gonna pay
Who
for the
made
wall.
this mud?
We're putting tariffs
They're
on this
eating
mud walk.
the mud.
They're eating the mud. And the
I
cats
look around, I'm
and
like,
dogs.
I know who likes this. I know who doesn't.
This mud walk is sponsored by Elon Musk.
You could feel it out a little bit. All right.
Okay.
I think it's good.
All right.
I'm excited for
I'm
it. Though. I
looking
think
for
it's
the
going to be
clips
fun.
on X right
Let's
now.
take a break. When we come back, we are going to talk some nerd stuff.
Yes.
Because Vince is here.
We're going to finish everything out with some nerd stuff with Vince, and then we got some dumb stuff to talk, and some other little dumb stuff to talk about after that.
Yeah.
Let me get my song here. All right, the name.
I want to talk about Canadian super pigs.
Do you know about the Canadian Super Pigs?
Are we talking about the hockey team?
No. No. There are Canadian Super Pigs now.
Oh.
I used to call them slam hogs, but no, there are Canadian Super Pigs now. We're talking a little bit about this. The name of the band is Housewife. The name of the song is Work Song. Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
I am really having a mediocre time.
All right. That's what we wanted to hear. Thanks for being here today, Mr. Vince Taylor.
Nah, thanks for inviting me, man.
Appreciate
I love
you
being up
being
with
here,
y'all.
man.
Oh, I realized something that I wanted to talk about. You saw that plane that crashed, that Delta plane that crashed in Canada.
You really going to do this to me?
Wow.
This is what he likes to do.
Wow.
You know, I have an
On a
insane
high
fear
note.
of flying, right? I was on a plane that plummeted out of the sky.
Oh.
Not like this, though.
Wow.
Holy smoke. And there's been 4. This is the 4th.
Oh, wow. Damn DEI.
So I saw some pilot on TikTok explain how like when the plane landed, it landed like something failed, but the wing broke off. Essentially, like when it landed, the wing flexed and broke off, and then that's why it rolled over or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the left wing broke. Anyway, and then everybody survived, which is crazy. Which
pretty amazing.
They did. The pilot was saying that the fact that the wing broke off and then set on fire, and they left and they skidded forward, like saved a lot of people's lives, because if they would have been in the fire, obviously people would have burned to death.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the best case scenario happened that everybody lived. Anyway, so a story came out that Delta is now giving all those passengers that were in that plane $30,000.
Yeah.
As
in scratch-off tickets.
as
it's
some
30,000.
form of like victim compensation, right? And when I saw it,
What'd you say at first?
Well, I was like, why that number? Like that's I was like, why 30? And then I started trying to figure it out.
It's the first thing I thought of too. I did the same thing, not to be the why thing, and I know that's a hot topic right now, but I did the same thing. I like $30K because look, I'm the guy, and you're gonna say here for your troubles, $30K. No, not enough.
Wow,
not enough for me. 50. You should have gone 50. 50 is a non-insulting number because 50K is the number that Deal or No Deal would give you.
Why do they owe you anything?
Deal or No Deal, because the wing fell off, Vince. I don't know if you heard that.
Did they die?
No, but we could have. We could have
There's
died.
a lot of injuries.
But also they didn't die.
I mean, the people that got injured are
yeah.
definitely going to sue and get more.
Yeah.
But let's say like they
50K.
They just threw a baseline 30K, and it must be like, I mean, big corporations that I know you could just pay people off, and they'll be less likely to sue you later if you just give them some money at the beginning. Then instead of like they'll build up like, wait a minute, I deserve more. You know, if you
So what they
like,
did,
it just dampens the amount of lawsuits that will happen. Even though nowadays I'm sure everybody in that plane is going to sue the shit out of them.
That's exactly right.
For trauma and shit.
But the legal team said we ran the numbers through a chat GPT, right?
math, yeah.
And the algorithm said that 30K is the number that humans see and will decide. That is that pivot point.
Yes, yeah.
Is that what I bet you that the Dr. Powers sent us? We were talking with him, and he sent us like a chat GPT that will actually perform in a way to help you predict things as a businessman. That's what I bet you're right.
Nah, bro.
You don't think so?
Nah, what happened was they said, this how much we willing to pay. You better divvy that shit up to however many it is that's in that plane. And then they
What was it,
divided it by
70,
a certain
75
number.
people?
Yeah, they was like, look, it's going to be 200K. All right, how many on the plane? Okay, that means we divide it by 70. Okay, everybody gets this much. That's exactly what happened, which I think is real stupid because they should have just went to whoever it was that took their phone off of airplane mode to make them crash in the first place.
Yeah, that is true. Airplane mode makes the wings fall off.
It was just interesting that that number, because I just assumed
You love that. You love giving numbers to things.
some insurance agencies like landed on 30K because all these giant corporations, including Delta, has like plane crash insurance. Like they all have, insurance for everything, so that when these tragedies happen, that their insurance kicks in and for payouts, because they know that everybody's going to sue and they know they're going to have to pay a lot of money out, and they get insurance for it.
The chat room is talking about how in Fight Club, the guy's job was to determine payouts to avoid lawsuits. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
Do you take the 30K?
No.
Do you
You
not
probably
enough.
you have to sign some sort of
It's
But
not enough.
if you deny it, now you got to use your own money to pay for a lawyer.
No, but the lawyers will do it for the
Pro
half.
bono.
They're getting the half at
Oh,
the
they're doing
end
it
of
for
it.
the
We
Morgan
could get
Morgan thing
somebody-
where
I
it's
could
like
get
if
somebody
you
to
win,
do
we
it.
win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like how they get rid of government employees. You say, hey, we'll pay you up until September if you leave now. And like the average person, me, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just take the money now. Because everybody
real.
just wants you want it now. If you sue, it's going to be 5 years because they'll tell you like, hey, we're going to have to go through this lawsuits and it's going to be 5 years before you get your payout. And
man.
all humans are like, we'll take it now. And insurance companies know that.
That is why they did it.
That's why they offer you in the lottery the lump sum at the beginning if it's half because people all fucking want it now.
Also,
Yeah.
some of the people on that plane, like probably more than we want to admit, are shitheads
Exactly.
and addicted to drugs, and they need
Yeah.
that
No,
money.
That is a lot of meth.
They're all addicted shitheads.
30K. That's like that's at least 2 months.
100 like
You
a
don't have to be
good,
addicted.
If you and
a
Crystal
good
River,
40% of those people are drug addicted.
it
shitheads.
went straight to Tijuana with that money.
It's just the matter of like, hey, people will take the money now instead of defer it to
I
later.
don't think they should pay them shit. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, the people that was hurt, by all means, hurt. We gotta have. But why are they just blanket statement getting? What if I was asleep and I just woke up and I was getting off the plane? I had no idea that we was in no troubles.
No, what is
I'm
that?
giving
You all of a
easy
sudden getting a
30K.
30K check just for
that'd be
sleeping on the
awesome.
plane?
You mean to tell me you turn it in?
It was upside down. and you're right. It was 30K, and you sign a will not sue you later.
Yeah.
Are people calling in
Yeah,
for
we
the?
do,
Oh, boy.
thanks for calling a corporate time. Who's this?
It's a mediocre.
No, I know it,
Oh.
but
Yeah. Extra.
hello.
No.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. You're on the air.
Hey, it's Tracy.
Hi, Tracy. What's on your mind?
Hey, I'm calling to advertise a cool thing that's going to happen in DeLand. I wrote you about it a while ago. My husband opened a co-op art gallery in downtown DeLand.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah. It does a bunch of local artists. Their work is hanging up there. We've been open for a year, and it feels like a miracle, so we're excited. We're having a birthday party this Saturday, and it's going to be during the dog parade in downtown DeLand.
Okay,
Awesome.
is that Marty Paws? Is that the Marty Paws dog?
It is
Yeah,
Mardi
I'm
Gras,
very
yeah.
familiar with the Marty Paws dog parade. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Tracy.
Whenever you get white people around their little dogs, and they put little hats on their little dogs, they parade them through the streets.
Tracy, when someone tells me they opened up like a Chronic Guru style Delta 9 weed shop, I say, oh, you're making money. Hey, and I just do the math. I'm like, a lot of people want the weed, and that's what, but lots of money's going through there, easy to market. And then when someone opens a co-op art gallery, I immediately think the opposite end of that spectrum, which is
Correct.
hard to
Correct.
make money.
Yeah.
Nearly impossible to the point where it's hard for me to even imagine it can even stay in business because a co-op art gallery is...
Well, I mean, art is under attack by AI by the second, right?
Ooh.
Well,
Like,
not even
Indeed.
that. It's just there's a reason why starving artists, not that many people
yeah.
make money.
Well, my daughter will be a starving artist, guaranteed.
Hey, you're in the art business.
Well,
it's just...
I'm just glad that you made it a year. Congrats on that.
So I just want to correct Tom a little tiny bit. We had a group of investors put some money in. We kept that money within the first year, and we've made like a little bit more than what we kept. In the first year in business, that's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Hey,
So we've done well for
Tom
ourselves.
hates
It's
being
'cause we're
corrected, though.
in
He
the-
hates it. Absolutely hates it.
is she on Woodland?
I'm watching on Twitch right now. His face is so sad.
Yeah, he does.
Well, all
Yeah.
you told me, Tracy, is you borrowed some money to keep the business alive 1 year.
Yeah, he still thinks he's right, but you know that.
Yeah. Was that what happens when that the investors dry up, and then you gotta make the?
Oh my God,
Huh?
dude, you are terrible.
Yeah,
You didn't think of this?
Like, oh my God,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
she's calling
Tracy,
to
yeah, yeah.
advertise
Yeah.
how about
I
her
want
business.
to
And
know.
you're like,
Yeah,
well, let me tell you why your business
And
sucks.
then- I give her
You got money borrowed
I
from
give her
somebody.
that.
It's not your money, and
Congratulations. Yeah.
art sucks anyway.
I'm
Who's gonna
not-
buy
I'm
that
not
shit?
saying
And
that. I'm
AI is
not-
gonna take your job,
I
and
want-
nobody goes to Volusia County. And
No,
it's like,
I'm
holy shit! Like she called up for like good news, and here you go, just ripping it to shreds.
I'm
Holy
letting her
fuck.
plug her
My
event,
God.
her business free.
A
People pay
terrible
for this,
person.
by the way.
Yeah, but But she's confused. She probably thought it was Live Call Thursdays.
No, I know. And I want her business to succeed, and I want a lot of people to go, and I want it to be good. I'm just saying, what happens if the investor money dries up?
What happens if you actually suck?
How do you make more?
Nah. Yo, are you on Woodland?
We're off of Woodland, so if you've been to DeLand, we're right on the same street of where that beautiful theater is, that Athens Theater.
Oh, the theater. Okay, so y'all are back there by the police station.
Do you have a businessman running it in there, Tracy, where he just cares about the money, nothing else? Screw the art, only money.
So my husband plays both roles. He's an artist, but he also works in IT. He's very serious, and he's the business guy / the legal guy / so it's all. If we don't have 3-foot clearance, when we throw parties, he's going to flip his lid and move tables around. So he's that type of fellow.
Oh, man.
Clearance? The money. Just you have to have someone at the door charging the money to get in. No, who cares about the clearance or anything?
Oh, man.
How are we going to make the money, Tracy? How are we going to keep this thing going?
It's not the point. I'm going to talk real softly, and hopefully, the tone goes down a little bit. So the point is to put money in the artist's pockets, so they retain quite a bit of the money when something is sold. We keep a little bit to keep the lights on. So we just need to keep a little bit.
He hates it when people say keep the lights on. Yeah, 2 of the phrases he hates are keep the lights on and feed my family. He hates us.
No, you need to keep more. You need to keep everything on, including your boat and all the stuff that you buy with the money you make.
Did you just hear that she said her husband is the doorman / IT guy / security guy, and he's the art? They clearly ain't doing it like that, and you sitting there still turning them down. And she told you to keep your voice down while you bullshit. She just shushed you.
The artists are quiet. You need a loud money man screaming in there.
You're scaring away the patrons right now. We can hear you.
You need someone in there screaming, "Where's the money?"
Some dude just walked out of the gallery because they heard Tom sitting there. What about the loan that you got?
Can you put some vending machines in there?
Nothing shows.
Nothing says art like vending machines.
Yeah, can you put the art in a vending machine and charge money for that? You need more ideas, Tracy? I'll give you some more ideas.
I have a legit question.
Go ahead.
What type of art do you showcase? And since it's Black History Month, what type of anything in there that may actually
putting her on the spot?
Since she
Don't
told Tommy,
do that,
she told Tommy to hush. I just want to know if there's maybe any art that could particularly maybe.
Tom's whole house is African art.
I'm not kidding. To the black population in DeLand, which is about 3%.
It's to the point where it's awkward enough if you came over and hide it.
If you came over,
because you'd be like, he tries to. I tell my wife, I'm like, if any black person comes.
Fitz Taylor, look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. Non-gay. Look me in the eyes. But a little gay. If you went to his house, you would see a 3-foot-tall Satchmo that sings, and then you would see.
Oh no!
And then you would see different framed pictures of African kings walking across the Sahara. It looks like OJ. It looks like OJ's house in there.
It's not like some fetish.
No, Crystal's grandma painted these paintings, and they're like
Africans.
They're beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
But the Satchmo thing that are we talking about like a little dude like baby Satchmo with the good hair?
If you press the button, it's like
I see trees of green.
Yeah, it was made at a different time. No, that's why it's awkward. But of course, the intention, it was hard to explain to it.
Yeah, that sounds like
if they start explaining, why did you even mention that?
Because Vince's family now.
I'm just messing with you.
I'll hide that if he came over because it's too hard to explain. Because I'd be standing at the door explaining to you
holding it.
Is this Shaq's old house?
He'd put a towel.
He'd be putting it away. You'd be ringing the doorbell as he's putting it away. He'd answer the doorbell holding it.
So Tracy, back to making money. What are the things?
I was going to answer his question.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it wasn't a serious one.
I'm just saying, he asked a question. I was trying to be respectful.
Well, let me quiet my voice then a little bit.
Yeah. Can you get any of the artists to pay like a monthly fee they forget about?
Bro, she's answering the question.
They do. They do. Okay, one at a time. But so we feature all kinds of art. It's 3D, 2D art. So we have potters, we have textile artists, we have painters. I'm trying to think of anything else. Some drawings are in there, some jewelry. And then as far as African American history stuff, at this point, no, we're trying really hard to recruit more. But think about who can afford to do art. It's like older.
Black people can't afford art.
I wrote that down in my business plan for you.
Diversity.
Say it again. What was that last part, Tracy?
It's a little hard to recruit diversely. We're trying really hard going to different openings and stuff at different, museums and trying to pull in more diversity. Because right now, I think we have 3 males and 28 females, honestly.
Okay, all right.
Too. So
any people of color?
Yeah, good question. And how many?
We have Latino people, but no, we don't have any people of color.
Are they
right
white
now,
Latinos
or
black?
Yeah, are white Latinos or black Latinos?
what kind of...
Which ones are good at baseball? Those are the black Latinos.
I hear
excellent.
I hear nothing about money so far.
Venezuela.
I don't diversity all that. That doesn't prove making you money. You see what I'm saying?
Shut the fuck. What are you talking about? It makes a lot of money. Okay, look. All right. I'm willing to.
I just found 5 black. I just found 5 black Latinos. There's money in the black Latinos.
No, Tracy. There's black people down Voorhees. Okay, listen. I'm willing to donate my blackness.
He knows the
I'm willing to donate my blackness for the cause. All right. Are y'all open on Sundays? Are y'all open on Sundays?
We are. We're open every day except for Monday.
Okay, I'm gonna pull up this Sunday. All right, I'm gonna bring my team. I got a little office down there on Woodland. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull on up, and me and all of my. Now we might be wearing like clothes that
black gear.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
We
maybe
might be wearing black
hoodies
gear.
and maybe even some soldier type hats, and our fists may be in the air, and stuff like that. We might have legal firearms out front, but we gonna pull up and we gonna show out for you because we only got another 8 more days for Black History Month over.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and make sure that everybody knows that your company went out of its way to be inclusive.
To recruit.
Hallelujah. And I'm going to bring this blackness to your business on Sunday. Mark my words. And I'm going to bring back a report for Tom and Dan.
Tom and Dan delivering blackness. One art exhibit at a time.
Don't listen, Tracy. That brings you no money. When I show up at a business and they're closed on Monday, I think to myself, you think you're better than me? So, I don't know why, but I was like, everybody else is open.
If you say hospitality, I just think you're hungover. You're hungover.
Chick-fil-A may be okay with closing on Sundays because they are so popular. It's like, oh, shit.
Jesus.
But Mondays, I get mad at the company.
The hospitality thing. Yeah, a lot of bars do.
I get mad at the company.
Because I want to get fucked up on Monday.
Yo, now,
all right, Tracy.
Hold on, Tracy. Between now, is it okay if Tom gives you one of his African paintings to hang up there?
Oh, that's a good idea. You could do a showing. What if we did the Tom and Crystal Van African art exhibit?
Sambo included?
Yeah. What if we did that?
Oh, you don't phrase it like that. This is
and then we put.
Oh, come on, Vince.
It was Satchmo, not Sambo.
Satchmo. Okay, my bad. I gave him too much credit.
I may have said Sambo, but it was it's Satchmo.
You said Satchmo.
I turned him into Sambo.
Sambo
is proper.
Yeah, Sambo was a horribly racist.
I thought that was the theme.
Little Black Sambo. What was the? Was it Denny's?
Yeah, Little Black Sambo with bad hair.
And he run around the tree and turn the tiger into butter.
Yeah, you know what? We try to forget about them days.
Yeah, no, I know. But it used to be on the menu. It was on the menu. You'd go to order your pancakes. And
you don't have that at the museum, do you, Tracy?
It was on the IHOP menu.
It was on the menu. I remember going with my parents. I was born in '76. I remember going to some restaurant in the mall, and it was like a breakfast place.
Altamamo?
Yeah, I'll hang up on her. Okay. And we got the menu.
Support Tracy's art gallery.
Support Tracy's art gallery.
Downtown
I'll see you Sunday.
And it was like a play. Like you would go there. It was called Sam. You would go to eat there. It's called Sambo's.
Oh my God.
And you would go to It was called Sambo's, and you go to Sambo's, and it wasn't a Ronald McDonald character. The character was a little black boy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was not good.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not good.
Was it a chain or?
Yeah, it was a chain of restaurants, dude.
Was this?
And don't look at me. I didn't invent it. Okay, like it's
right.
I'm not, heir to the Sambo fortune or anything. Like I just remember going, and I remember it, and I remember my mom and dad being like, "Oh,
even in the '70s,
we finally found the right place.
No, they were like, can't go here anymore.
Back down time.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel wasn't
even the
enough.
'90s was a racist.
It was out there.
We're all old enough to remember.
Let's go back there.
Going back and like, oh God, that's what makes me feel real old when like the young kids now they refer to like the 1900s and shit.
Yeah,
that happened
yeah.
in like
Yeah.
the 80s and 90s. Has some like it reminds me of shit that people said about the 70s when I was a teen in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, God damn, quit talking about it.
You know what's
and then I'm
funny?
like, oh shit.
You know what's funny about that? I'll make this as quick as I can.
No, you're good.
Like, I feel like there are certain words and phrases that are said that let you know when somebody's from a certain generation, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You hear some people say, like, swell. It's like, okay, yeah, dude, you Dick Van Dyke. This is a nickname.
Yeah.
And we hear people say dope. It's like, all right, that's, you know, it's a little modern, you know what I'm saying? But when I hear people say, and this is weird, this is a weird take. When I hear people refer to black people as African American, then I automatically know they millennials. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a hard push in like the 80s and 90s. Because they was trying to push people away from being black.
Black people pushed me away from it.
Yeah,
Like my black
it was
friends
a
said,
thing.
stop that.
It was a thing. It was a
Yeah.
thing. But since we've been like, I think we'd rather be black because I think what's happened is people start to confuse black people with African American, and African American people aren't all black, and aren't all black people aren't African American. I take what's the name from that was the white lady from South America. I can't remember her name for nothing, but somebody in the chat's gonna tell us in a second. She's African American. Elon is African American. That doesn't necessarily count to me as being black. Meanwhile, my wife is Jamaican, but she's black. She's not African American. You know what I'm saying? So we've adopted the term Black American as opposed to African American because a lot of African Americans, quote unquote, have never been to Africa and have no desire to go to Africa. So I think it's interesting that for me, folks saying African American.
If I were, you know what I mean?
Yo, you honorary. Bro, I'll give you an N-word pass for a day.
Like I had a bunch of actually
black
I have
friends?
a friend. No, I don't have a bunch, but I have a decent amount.
Got me on your Mount
I would say
Rushmore?
I have more than most.
Hey.
But our friend Kenny, he does a lot of stuff in the black community where he's at, and to the point where he's like helping black youth, helping black fathers, like, and he's one of the. I thank him all the time. He's one of the best people for like hitting us up on Facebook in the comments or in a special message and being like knock that off or do this or do this instead.
Okay,
get it right.
Yeah.
Get it.
Ooh,
And
don't
he
do
was.
that.
I remember him years and years ago, and I think I was still on the radio station, and he told me, he's like, yeah, you can cut it out with the African American bullshit. He's like, stop that. Just say black people. He's like, it's just more.
I never said African American
I think
because
it
sounded.
was pushed. It was pushed on us hard to do it.
It always to me sounded like I was trying too
try hard.
and then
Correct.
it sounded suspicious. Like, like why are you like this?
Especially from you.
It's like the fact that you're saying that is like it's suspicious in some way.
It is. It is. That's exactly what Kenny was saying. He's like, why are you saying that? He's like, just be real.
Hold on, Kenny. How is it that you've been the black go-to friend all this time, and Tom still got a black Sambo on his front porch?
How dare you?
And a whole naked black African on his
That's
wall.
not Tom. That's not Tom.
Oh, my bad.
He doesn't even notice that those things are there.
Oh.
Like most of the time. It's an extensive collection.
Oh,
though.
man, I don't know, man. It might be time
Did
for
you tell him about the what are those?
Oh Lord, hats.
The
sombrero.
The koofies. Is that what? Yeah.
Koofy.
Did
you have
you
a
tell
koofy?
him that you and the family wear those at
You don't
Christmas?
wear koofies like
At
common.
Christmas.
No, you don't, man.
I'm just
Get
joking.
the fuck out of here, man.
I'm just joking.
You are not Elijah Muhammad Farrakhan. You don't copy
But I'd
that
give
style.
any amount of money to see your whole family dressed like that.
I would love that.
Because
This Christmas, I'm sending y'all kente cloth Christmas outfits, homeboy, and I want them to be taking pictures
stolen valor.
on the website. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you something that's gonna sound racist.
I like that.
I can only ask you because I was gonna bring this up in another show, but I was like, I'm gonna wait until Vince.
I'm that guy. Bring it.
How many people do you know actually that celebrate Kwanzaa?
Ooh,
I know zero.
we had this question, and I wanted to be that person. Because
that's another.
And I was like, I got nobody.
That's another thing that happened in the '90s that I feel like all of a sudden they're like include Kwanzaa into like
Put it in there. Put it in
Hanukkah and Christmas.
And I get it.
Of course I get it too. And then Max Max is in chorus, my son Max. And during his Christmas recital, they did one Christmas song, one Jewish song or Hanukkah song.
I will say that when you stutter before you say
feels like you try not to say
before the different nationalities, it makes you sound fucking dumb, old man.
No, it sounds like you're trying to find a replacement word.
This is what I heard. I heard my son Max is in court. They sang one Christmas song.
You motherfucker.
One Jew song. in my blood. So that's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. I heard what I heard. I heard what I heard.
It sounds more to me like he was
the chat room will back me up. When you
fuck the chat room. You're a goddamn stereo. You're friends of the chat room.
When you pause and you it makes you sound like you're running the numbers.
Nah, he's not running the numbers. He's trying to find the proper word for the epithet that he would normally use if he's speaking in his kitchen table. I'm not just playing. I'm just playing.
So anyway, and then one Kwanzaa song.
Right.
And it was fine. Everybody had a good time. It was great. And I agree, it's great. I don't even care.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm saying they shouldn't have included it.
Yeah.
But it is
of course
rare.
they should.
It is pretty rare to find somebody that celebrates.
But then
it.
I thought to myself, man, like, in the night when I was a kid, it was like, hey, Kwanzaa too, and they were like, oh, okay. And then I was like, I bet as a kid, I thought to myself, I'm going to experience probably a lot more Kwanzaa out there once I become an adult.
I did.
Like, I'm going to go into a house, they're like, oh, it's Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I'd love to experience it. Like, I like different shit.
Holidays are fun.
Boring ass Christmas, same old shit.
Boring ass Christmas. Wow.
I'm just saying, like, I'm used to it. I like, they would show me a Kwanzaa, show me a different holiday. I'm like, oh,
Well, yo, Tom,
interesting.
there's nothing stopping you from celebrating Kwanzaa.
No. But I just never experienced it. No one around me ever celebrates Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, this is weird that no one ever celebrates it, but we're always including it.
Yeah.
I would like to experience it one day, and no one's showing it to me.
Do you know anything about it?
I do. It's a 7-day holiday. It's got a title for each day. I believe it starts with Emoja. It's every single day. It's kind of like a bootlegged Hanukkah, I hate to say. But
I don't even really know that many people that are, I'm talking strict about Hanukkah. Like, I got a lot of friends that, like, they're Jewish, but they're like, yeah, we're Jewish.
They run it loose.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Like, around here especially, it's like,
Well,
we're
Christmas.
Jewish, or my mom's Jewish, and then we just do Christmas. And I'm like, then I'll ask them. I'll be like, do you like the menorah? And do that? Like, nah, I mean, if we remember.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and I'm like, if you remember, I was like, you can't do that.
Well, let's speak it real. Like, Christmas is easier. Like, it's one day, one and done. You know what I'm saying? Like, with Hanukkah, it's what, 11 days or something like that? With Hanukkah, with Kwanzaa, it's 7 days. Like, anybody trying to open up gifts for 7 days in a row? Like, it's hard enough. I didn't get no Christmas tree till Christmas Eve this year, and I only did that at request from the kids, and that was a Christmas tree that went on the table. I ain't talking about we finna set it up and all that. Nah, we just set it up real quick, because the kids don't think they get gifts unless there's a tree up.
Yeah, Maisie's like
now,
that
I couldn't
too.
imagine doing that 7 days in a row. Nah, homeboy.
Yeah.
That's
Where's
way too much
Santa
effort.
supposed to put the gifts if you don't have a tree?
Exactly.
You
And
know?
I mean,
you're more like Tom than I knew. Man, put the tree up that late?
But yeah, man, I ain't with
Scrooge.
that. I can't stand holidays.
Really? I didn't know that.
Except
for spring training.
You don't know anybody that celebrates Kwanzaa at all?
Zero. Except
Remember
for
you asked me, and I'm trying to be
know one.
The only one I know that celebrate Kwanzaa is Chris Rock and them family from Everybody Hates Chris, that one episode where they made him celebrate Kwanzaa because the dad was too broke to celebrate Christmas.
That was a great show.
The only.
That was a really good show.
Literally know nobody.
Yeah, I think it's an older, also like,
it was an
attempt. And I think this applies, and this is like to give you a good answer, I think a lot of my friends, like when I was a kid, the way that we celebrated Christmas was very formulaic. Like we had like a lot of tradition, and I would go to church and I would sing and do all and worship. And as time has gone on, just in 48 years of me doing my Christmases, it is really loose now. Everything, like my Jewish friends run it loose, my Catholic friends run it loose. It's everything
People
is
take
loose,
the
everything
Jesus
is
out of it,
casual, everything is casual.
But is Kwanzaa associated with a religion?
Nah, it's a lady made it up because she wanted black people to have something for themselves. Because there was a deterrent, there was a disassociation. Y'all got me putting on my activist hat. Now I can't.
No, I like the activist.
So some lady just made it up.
Yeah, just made it up. It was literally just fabricated just to give black people something to celebrate for their own. Because there was a time in which we were trying to separate ourselves from what a lot of folks in the neighborhoods were calling white Jesus, and Christmas.
Oh,
was
the blue-eyed one.
Yeah, the blue-eyed. Yeah, the one.
We make fun of him.
Yeah, you kind of got a little bit of like rugged Jesus swag.
Yeah, I'm going for that. I'm going for rugged, never happened Jesus, because Jesus would have been very dark. Very dark.
Is there black Jesus in Kwanzaa?
Well, no, there's no Jesus. It's just. If I'm not mistaken, listen, chat. I'm sure there's a bunch of Kwanzaa-aniacs.
We're running it loose.
I know it's full of blacks in the chat.
Oh,
so
they're
please,
mad. Oh, it's so,
come on in.
Well, they got Google.
With angry blacks.
They're Googling it. Like I should have.
But nah, it's from what I understand, it's literally was an attempt to simply try to, kind of like with Man, I can't believe the name is moving. But at one point in time, Black History Month was just Black History Day. Then it went to Black History Week, then month. It's just people making attempts to try to, bring blacks to the relevant, to the forefront. And I think that this was just unfortunately a missed attempt.
Well, can I yell at some of our black listeners? Start doing Kwanzaa so I can see what the hell are you doing?
Okay, and all two of them
start doing it. Vince, you do. Do Kwanzaa.
Would you? Maybe
I just told you I ain't doing 7 days a week, man. I'm tired of it.
It's better. It's more interesting.
Man, why don't you do Kwanzaa, man?
Don't yell at me.
Ain't nothing wrong with you doing Kwanzaa, bro.
No, I can't do it.
I tell you what, you do Kwanzaa, I do
Hanukkah.
We switch it around. Like, let's go around the horn.
I don't think it's appropriate if I tried to do Kwanzaa. People will they'll get me.
Yo, I'll tell you a quick story. I sell when I do comedy. By the way, I'll be in Orlando March 7th. Check my Instagram. If anybody joins that
Go
show.
subscribe to Vince's social media so you know where he's at.
The real Vince Taylor. I'll be there.
There you go.
I'm in town for a little bit, then I go back to see in May. But so I sell these shirts called They Say I Love Being Black. If you ever see me in person, you probably see me do that.
Yeah.
And I gave one to my friend Mike Hurley, who's a comic here too. I used to call him local, but he's not. He's like international now. Mike is out there doing big things. And he wore the I Love Being Black shirt. He's not obviously of the hue.
He's like a white guy with a dark beard.
He wore one out here to Lake Eola and like almost got beat up because some dude was like, "Man, what's up with that shirt, cuz?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, my friend gave it to me." You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, why are you wearing it? You're not black. He's like, well, I didn't have my I Love Being an Asshole shirt. You know what I'm saying? And as a result, unfortunately.
Oh, that's not the right comment.
Yeah, he didn't like that too much. He's like, Vince, I love you to death, but I can't wear it.
I take that Hell's Angels thing off, and I'm like, fuck you, fat Mike.
Yeah. That's why he got beat up. He's talking shit.
Why are you wearing that shirt that says I love being black? I don't know. Why don't you come fight me for it, motherfucker?
Nah, but I love Mike for at least, Mike, you my dog.
Doesn't he have the flame wallets?
Yeah, he had the flame wallets, the flame watches.
Mike Hurley has a flame wallet that he'll open his wallet and flames shoot out of it. He should have done that to the black guy. The black guy's like, where'd you get that shirt? He's like, flame. He's like,
flame on.
Yeah, he's like, black people are afraid of magic. He's like,
I'm mad at Hurley now because he didn't think this was going to be a problem.
He was supporting the fellow comic. You know, I mean, to him, Ken Miller, a lot of cats, they'll wear the different shirts and different merch from the different comics.
Yeah, but if you give me the shirt, I'm like, oh, thank you. Then I'll put it in my desk, and I'll never wear it out because I feel like I cannot wear this to public.
That's true.
And then someone's
That's true, Vince. If you gave him a shirt that says "I love being black," it would never be worn by him.
And I'd wear it, but like the fucking society won't let me wear it. Like I just celebrate Kwanzaa. I don't care.
You wouldn't wear it around your
Christmas,
wife.
Kwanzaa.
What if your wife took a picture of you wearing it and posted it online? You can't do that. That's a dangerous game.
Honestly, I remember I gave 4 shirts to Jim Colbert, and I'm pretty sure they didn't see.
He's racist. They probably made a Klan hood out of it.
I don't think those shirts made it out of the car.
It'd be an interesting hood. Yeah. I think your Klan hood says,
excuse me,
I love being black.
Hold on,
it's a lot of target practice.
We have a couple of a couple of these guys are getting sworn in tonight. You there? That's an interesting look.
Yo, craziness.
You want to get out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Vince, any shows coming up?
Yeah, like I said, March 7th is the next one that I'm willing to advertise. All the rest of them, I don't want y'all to come to. So.
Yeah, I like that. He's a blunt man. He tells the way it is.
I'm on that. Obviously, I'm on the show this Saturday. Every Saturday, the New Blurred Order, we have our podcast.
Go subscribe.
We recently just started a new joint called the Stand Up Sports Bar, where we have stand-up comedians talking about sports, which is not something I'm an expert at, but I love baseball. And some of my comic friends like to talk about that stuff, too. So that's on Tuesdays on The Real Vince Taylor on YouTube.
Tuesdays for the sports show? I'll check that out.
Yeah, Tuesdays for the sports, Saturdays for the nerd. And, yeah. We'll be talking about Captain America and how it almost made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
and
$200
you liked
million.
it. You're like one
I liked it, didn't love it.
I know that enjoyed it.
Yeah, liked it, didn't love it. But, yeah, I give ugly-ass Anthony Mackie his credit. He held it down for us regular-looking dudes that don't look like Aaron Pierre.
Do you agree with because I think this is unfair, Anthony Mackie compared as Wish Will Smith? That's what they're saying.
Does he look like a great value Will Smith?
Great value. And I think, like, if I read that, like, you know how sensitive I am, man. If I opened up the thing and whoever is the best of the best, and then they just compared me and, like, called me, like, Walmart, George Clooney, I'd be like, that would hurt,
It
right?
would hurt, but
you
would hurt all the way to the bank. All I say is that Anthony Mackie, we need more dudes like him because, like Homer Simpson, he's an everyman. You know what I'm saying? And we need every man.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, everybody ain't got green eyes and a perfect mustache and could dance down the hall. Like, some of us just look like regular dudes. And we exist too.
Some of us are grosser than regular dudes. You know? What about those guys? What about us disgustos out there?
Yeah, well, y'all do exist.
What about us creature people?
Yeah, y'all all right. You know, y'all gonna be okay. You know,
think about us for its change.
I don't know. Y'all got movies too. You know, you got the Garbage Pail Kids. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got Lord of the Rings. You know what I'm saying? The Hobbit.
I love that.
Why did anybody like that?
It was phenomenal. The throw up, get out of here. They need to bring back Garbage Pail Kids, like the cards and the stickers and
Your
everything.
sons have never watched that, the throwback?
No.
Oh,
they might like it.
Put them up.
Like, there's lots of fart. It's all farts.
Farts and vomit.
Farts and vomit, yeah.
I mean,
they might laugh at it, maybe. That's like a 50-50.
And there's no black people, so they should love it.
Well, not the cartoon. I just mean the actual cards. It's like
I missed that too.
The only reason it took off is because it was disruption. It was like a mild punk rock version.
You know,
it was
like it shouldn't be.
Correct.
Like, I was like, oh, they're talking about this person.
But it wasn't even that bad.
stinky.
It was at the same time when, like, what is it? I don't think you can do that on television.
Yeah, you can't do that on television.
You can't do that on television. Yeah, where you'd say, I don't know,
I don't
they
know,
dump water on
water.
you. Or if you'd say, what was the other one? They
water.
You get slimed.
Yeah, if you just say the word water.
And barfs, burgers, and farts.
This was
counterculture.
Gave us Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
Don't forget that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I guess it was just like, it was that first layer of, like, your parents, like, hands on the hips being like, farts again, what?
Yeah.
You know, it was like kind of that.
Farty McGee would be like a name of a car that had like a kid on it with one
Scary
tooth.
Berry.
Yeah. Vomit Johnson.
Remember
I have a
when
Vomit Johnson.
Dave Coulier fingered Alanis Morissette? There's just a song about it.
And we're ending the show. And tonight we're going to end the show with 1 full minute of silence for Dave Coulier's finger. He now has cancer. That finger has cancer now.
Forgotten finger.
He fingered her with the
got
cut it out finger.
Oh my God!
And
I ain't gonna let y'all do that to Old Boy from Full House.
She sung about it.
Let's not forget this either. Let's not forget that Dave Coulier got cancer, and his very good friend, who's in the Beach Boys and plays drums with him,
Jesse.
What's that guy's name?
Well, I mean, in Full House it's Jesse, but
that guy. He was supposed to shave his head for Dave Coulier.
Oh wow!
He just did a bald cap.
What?
he just did he had a makeup artist come and do a bald cap so he could do the People magazine article.
No.
And then later he took it off and he got his luscious hair back. And then people were giving him shit. And Dave Coulier had to come out and be like, "Don't give him shit." he does it in his he honored me in his own way. He honored me in his own way. And it's like, however you want to say that, dude, that guy did a bald cap to pretend that he was honoring you shaving your head for cancer. No matter how you want to cut that, I'll just
Didn't he think he's like, man, I'm
Stamos. John Stamos wore a bald cap
I'm gonna
because he
get
was
some
too much
bad
of a
press.
No.
A bald
No,
cap.
he didn't think of it. In fact, Dave Coulier had to go out on his Twitter and be like, "Hey, leave him alone."
Why did he make the promise? You follow through.
Yeah, it made me turn my back on John Stamos.
Just don't do the photo shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to
but there's so much AI now.
But here's the
well,
thing.
not even that. Just like I can't even pretend that I did this because I'm gonna get shit.
You're addicted, though. You're addicted to the photo shoot, right?
I guess.
Maybe,
you are. Yeah, like you.
Maybe if someone pressured them too much.
Normal people go like, "Hey, will you shave your head for a People magazine photo shoot? Dave Coulier's got cancer." Normal people say either yes or no. I don't really feel comfortable with that. Crazy people do a bald cap. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Because you must have known that someone would be like, "Oh my God, he shaves his head bald," and then they look at you in a social media post from that day, and then you have a full head of hair. You're like, "Wait a minute, hey, you fucking put a bald cap on?" And then how did you not know that wasn't gonna come back and bite you in the ass? Anyway,
have you seen the photo? I have to show you the photo.
Please.
Hold on. It's so good. It's so good.
It's hilarious.
It's fake. It's not real. That is not real. That is not a real photo. There they are. Put it up. There it is.
At this.
Look at how tall Dave. Look at how tall John Stamos' bald cap is.
Didn't Coulier tell Stamos like, "Hey, you're gonna get shit for this on the internet"?
And the People magazine headline was, "John Stamos wears bald cap in solidarity. So brave.
So brave.
I've been wanting to talk about this for months.
I can't wait for him to get an award for
Didn't
support.
People magazine know? Like, they knew that behind the scenes, they're like, man, this guy's going to get so much shit for this.
And then-
Are they taking the picture?
And then
I blame the photographer.
Here's the best one. No, here's the best one. The best one is the photo, and I highlighted it, of John Stamos shaving Dave's head. He's shaving his head.
Wait, does he have a ball cap on while he's shaving his head?
He shaved his head. He's like, I'll shave your head if you help me put the ball cap on.
Wow.
But,
Yeah.
You know, I blame
I've been
Coulier.
wanting to talk about that for weeks.
I blame Coulier. I blame the photographers of People magazine.
I blame Alanis
Because-
Morissette for giving him no
John
life.
Stamos must be crazy enough to not even consider this.
Here's a good tie-in and a great ending. Our buddies, and somebody threw it up in the chat room, our buddies at St. Baldrick's do this every single year to raise money for pediatric cancer and kids that have to, that lose their hair, you know. And Ross has done this where he's grown his hair out and donated it. A lot of our friends, a lot of listeners, the firefighters that we work with, John.
Yeah, and every time they come in and say, why don't you do it, Tom? And then I have to him and haul around.
Yeah.
And then people think, oh, what a dickhead.
You want a pussy.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
a pussy dickhead.
You could have done a ball cap.
And then I'm here. Well, you know, I go there with a fake wig and they shave a wig.
That's one step worse. That's one
the
step
lick.
worse.
I never
Shave
do
off
that.
the fake hair.
Hold on.
Even if someone asks,
Oh,
even if
my
the
God.
firefighters ask me to do that, I'm like, no. You know how much shit I'll get for that?
That's one step
Yeah.
worse, and it's brilliant. So we're gonna have to get a wig glued to your head, so you can take it off, and then I'm gonna shave it bald, and then when you get in the car, take the bald cap off, poof, your hair comes out.
The unveiling. I want to see that, man.
That's awesome.
Make that happen. And let whoever this is that does that, let them know that I'm down to shave my head for a cause.
Get
too.
out of here.
Thank you so much for being here, man. We
Thanks,
appreciate
guys.
you. All right,
Appreciate
guys.
you
We
guys.
will see you on Monday.
Yep.
Deuce.
Bye, guys. Have a great
See
weekend,
ya,
y'all.